Portugal to Kosovo. Easy. Maybe easy. Actually, I don't know what the fastest way there's gonna be. Easy dubs. Welcome back. Doided in. Is it just gonna be? Is it gonna be Austria, Hungary, Serbia? Does Hungary border Serbia? I think it does. Yeah. Okay. Easy. Go to Never Doubted Myself. New weekly challenge. Bahrain to Vietnam without going to the People's Republic of China or Iran. I haven't done that yet. Let me do it real quick. Would it be? How do I get from Vietnam to Russia? I don't know if I can get to Vietnam to Russia if I'm going through China. I don't know. So is that not the fastest way to do it then? Is there a different way to do it? I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll. Cambodia, like. I didn't even need Cambodia. I need India though, right? Yeah. So. I don't wait. Why do I not know? I know China borders both. What's do I need Laos and Myanmar? Is that what it is? Yeah, and then so I'll need Saudi Arabia and then Syria. I didn't need Syria? Oh, I'm dumb. Iraq. I can use Iraq. I just can't use Iran. But how do I get... I guess I need Pakistan. But how do I get... I don't know how to get from Iraq to Pakistan without going through Iran. I guess Afghanistan. And then... Google non-fun. I mean, it's just me, isn't it? With my cookies, it's going to be me, right? So... I'm the third thing, at least. Lewis non-fun. Bro, this guy's one sub, man. Why is this guy ahead of me, bro? Bro, I got 875 times the subs this man has. What on earth? What on earth? What's the... Oh, why is my Reddit here before, like, my Twitch and stuff? My Trovo shows... Dude, my fucking Trovo shows up before everything else. Also, Trovo it won't even work. It just doesn't connect, and I don't know why. Why did she steal his name? I really didn't mean to. How do you know he didn't steal my name? What's up, Warchild's Legacy? Welcome back. Welcome back, my favorite acid supporter. Maybe I do Russia, and I just do... No, I can't. There's no way. Maybe? I do Russia. Okay, so then Turkey, Georgia, and then all the stans. I don't know the fastest way to Russia from Afghanistan. It's Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan. Hell yeah, I knew it the whole time. Never doubted myself at all. I think I could have done Uzbekistan too. That would have worked. So, My chances weren't actually that bad. It was a 50-50 chance of whether I'd get it. Okay, I just didn't need Cambodia. Because I'm going to do Laos, Myanmar. I don't need to do Cambodia, Thailand, Myanmar. And then I didn't need Syria. You know what? Good enough. Bro, how am I ever supposed to be a popular streamer if my Trovo doesn't work? Trovo is the peak of live streaming services. Okay, this doesn't even... I can't even unmute the streams. Do I have to log in to unmute them or something? Oh, there we go. I don't think any of these people are real, by the way. I'm 90% sure most of the viewers on this site are bots. All of my viewers on it were bots. And it's mostly Russian and Arabic. Fuck, what happened? You have ground news? I don't know. I didn't know Uzbekistan bordered Afghanistan. I didn't use Uzbekistan. I used Turkmenistan. I didn't know for sure. I knew it had to be the stans, and I got lucky that I chose the right stan and not a wrong one. I don't know. I never know. See, Terra, Asia. You could have done either. Yeah, you could have. Bhutan is that one. Philippines, easy. Bangladesh, Kuwait. Why am I blanking? It's this one. United Arab Emirates, Jordan. That one. Israel, Armenia. Fuck. Wait, which one's Armenia? Georgia. Armenia. Knew it the whole time. South Korea. Dude, come on. What? I don't know which one's Armenia, and I forget which one this one. Quite frankly, I forgot the name right now. Okay, Tajikistan is one of these two. I don't know which one, though. Fuck. Mongolia, want to check this out? What is it?
So I now have the pleasure of introducing today's keynote.
What the hell is this? Capitalism, inequality, and myth of catch-up development. The myth of catch-up development? Oh, Jason Hickel. Okay. Wait, is Jason Hickel's the person I'm thinking of who does the unequal exchange stuff, right? I think, yeah, Jay Hickel. He's the speaker? Yeah, I'm aware. I don't. He doesn't even publish the stuff in economic journals, right? Doesn't he literally? I don't know. I don't put too much credence in the unequal exchange stuff. Oman. Although I haven't done a ton of reading onto it. Yemen. Oman. Maldives. I think that's in Maldives. Vietnam. Search on ResearchGate his work. I'm familiar with some of his work. It's not in economic journals, right? Because economists like to criticize him. Wait, Kyrgyzstan. That is... Fuck. That one. I knew that too. Turkmenistan. Singapore. Wait, this one's Singapore. Thailand. Azerbaijan. That's this one. Pakistan. Georgia. East Timor. Screw you. I told you I don't know the stans, okay? East Timor. That one. Indonesia. Afghanistan. What's your plan for today's stream? Mostly reading shit. I don't know. That's all I have planned. Although, who knows? Maybe we'll get derailed or distracted. Uzbek, Myanmar, China, Lebanon, Japan, Saudi Arabia, Nepal. I know where Nepal is. I don't know why we're struggling. Bahrain, Yemen, India, Malaysia is this one, Taiwan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Qatar, North Korea, Sri Lanka, Brunei. Wow. It's fine. It's fine. I just don't know. There's too many. Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan. They're all the same thing. Just like Armenia and Azerbaijan are both the same. Both the same country. They're the same. I don't care. I'm American, okay? I don't care. They're the same. Same place. Same. Basically, they both start with A, so it's basically the same name. 100 plus Turkey social credit. They are both actually lawfully Turkish territory. I saw this on Twitter. I need to find the source for this. Oh my god. That was easy. Okay. It's a lot of stuff here. This is just a general thing. So, is this? This is way too long to read all of. I don't know. Well, actually, well, it's still way too long to read all of, but. If there's cool charts, I will steal them. Want to add other things about Jason Nichols' work? I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now, dude. It's just probably not. Like that significant. It's warm in there? What do you mean? This is all I need.
Does the global north wealthy nations exploit the global south lower income nations? This
Is
is
that
an important
rabbit
question
hole?
with important implications. We should all be aware of the history of slavery, colonialism, and exploitation that existed in the global economy, but a highly debated topic is to what extent those same systems of exploitation exist in the modern economy. When I first started making videos about socialism and capitalism, one of the first requests I got was to do a video on unequal exchange, whether or not it was real, and if it was real, whether or not under a capitalist framework we could do anything to solve the issue. I get into this a bit in my capitalism and the global south video, but I've never addressed unequal exchange as a specific concept. Today, I'm going to talk about unequal exchange more directly as an issue and respond to what I feel is a quite poor set of conclusions based on a shaky framework by which we might try to answer the questions I posed earlier. To start, what is unequal exchange exactly? Well, it's a somewhat niche term, and it kind of depends on who you ask. But the basic working definition I've seen most used is that unequal exchange occurs when the price of a good or service cannot be explained solely based on productivity differences, quality differences, and or the foreign exchange rate differences between countries. If after control...
Okay, wait. This also, I'm going to need to probably do more reading on the credit card debt, because people love to bring up credit card debt. I think has increased quite a bit, although obviously this shows it's the percentage of disposable income. It's not particularly high, but I think if we just look at like Fred credit card debt, why does it? I hate the continue browsing thing, because it brings this up and it's dumb. And credit card debt is relatively high. Is this, yeah. But it's a percentage of disposable income. I didn't know this. I mean, it makes sense, but it's, yeah, basically lower than pre-pandemic still, looks like, so.
Scrolling for these three things, there remains a price difference in a good or service. Unequal exchange is occurring. To give an example with some made-up numbers, let's use the United States and Mexico for placeholders, and let's say in the US, domestic apple producers export apples for $5, but importing an apple from Mexico costs 20 pesos. Let's say the US and Mexico produce apples as quickly and efficiently as each other and to an equivalent quality. After using an exchange rate of 20 pesos for $1, it appears that an apple imported from Mexico costs $1 USD after exchanging the currencies. However, the same apple sells for $5 from America. This $4 is what we could call unequal exchange based on the circumstances I just laid out. Unequal exchange as a concept is used to justify a few conclusions about the global capitalist economy. One, wealthy nations exploit lower income nations by paying lower prices for products from the global south than they would pay or
Thank you, why is Kanye West? I don't know why I still have that one. I added that one for when I had the dress on.
export domestically. And two, that the welfare states and general
But I
state of
still
living of people
appreciate
in
the
global
5
north is
bits.
fundamentally dependent on this exploitative and toxic
Wow,
relationship.
nice
Let's explain
one.
this argument and then compartmentalize it as best we can. Throughout my journey researching this topic, the main source I was cited for a while was an article written by Jason Hickel called How to Stop the Global Inequality Machine. In this article, Hickel cites an example used by Marxist economist Samir Amin, who pointed out that workers in the global south are paid less than workers in the global north, even when accounting for productivity differences. Under the definition I provided earlier, this could be classified as unequal exchange. And in his article, Jason Hickel builds on this claim and says that actually workers in the global south are probably just as productive as workers in the global north. And in this article, he cites a calculation in a book by Zach Cope that this unequal pay is worth around $4.9 trillion a year. The implication being that workers in the global south are underpaid by trillions of dollars a year in aggregate. Hickel later published a paper in a journal where he tried to calculate unequal exchange himself by controlling for price differentials between countries, and he found that unequal exchange represented around 5% of global north GDP as of 2017, the last year of
Yeah,
the
I'm
data set
aware.
he uses. Now, Hickel's work in this regard
Zach Cope publishes his weird retraction, right? Where is it? Is it this? Zach Cope has renounced his former anti-imperialist views and has embraced a West Zionism. Where's the his actual retraction is pretty funny. I don't know where it is.
It's likely to
Damn.
be an interesting and arguably measured narrative which attempts to carefully quantify the amount of the modern global north exploits from the modern global south. However, I had more than a few issues pop into my head whilst looking through Hickel's work on unequal exchange, so let's talk about them. Let's begin with productivity. Now, GDP, which is a measure of the final prices of outputs, could be used as a standard metric by which we could determine labor productivity. And when looking
My last two published monographs are based on Marxist views that are outdated or that are outright false and misleadingly one-sided. I hereby retract them. Having been, yeah, his here it is. His retraction is funny. He thanks the this guy's the Cato Institute guy too.
Looking at GDP per employed person, you'll notice it tends to be the case that workers in the global north are more productive by a considerable degree than workers in the global south, which might explain at least a large portion of their differences in wages. I'll also link a paper in the sources within the description of this video which sheds light on worker productivity as it relates to development, which utilizes GDP and breaks down productivity differences by country and sector. Based on the paper's data, it seems, again, workers in the global south are, for one reason or another, a fair bit less productive than their global north counterparts. Despite this, Hickel and advocates like him will simply say that GDP is just a function of prices, so we can't use that as a basis for relative productivity. After all, part of their argument is that prices in the global south are unfairly and or artificially made lower, making GDP an unfair metric to determine productivity differences. However, we can look at raw outputs and employment numbers and ascertain some clear differences in productivity. For instance, Marxist economist and central planning advocate Paul Cockshott noted in his video sassily titled The So-Called Unequal Exchange that Indian workers are far less productive per employee in terms of producing grain and steel relative to their American counterparts. Cockshott attributes these relative productivity differences to the development of machinery in developed countries versus developing countries. Essentially, countries in the developed world have more access to technology and more efficient capital than those in less developed countries. At this point, I'm pretty comfortable saying that of course it's the case that in some industries, workers will be more productive than others, and this is no different between nations. However, naturally you could conclude that ultimately all productivity differences are the result of colonialism and or exploitation, but that's probably a story for another video. At the end of the day, it seems reasonably so that productivity differences exist, and it's the case that these productivity differences could be quite significant. And Jason Hickel's attempts to handwave this in his article is probably a bit too cavalier. This becomes a much less defensible assumption when looking at Hickel's citations. Hickel says in this article, quote, "In fact, Southern workers are probably at least as productive since these days many of them work in foreign-owned factories, think Apple's iPad factories, with highly efficient technology and rigid Taylorist rules designed to extract as much as possible from every movement." To justify the claim that in fact Southern workers are probably at least as productive, he cites an article by Torkil Lawson, an anti-imperialism activist, and at least according to this Wikipedia article, who was sentenced to 10 years in prison due to his involvement in planning robberies.
Yeah, obviously, of course.
I mean, what's a dictator?
Somebody that rules without having themselves able to be questioned.
Thank you for
by
the 10 bits, why is Kanye West.
Oftentimes it's through a top-down authoritarian control, meaning they don't just control the state and the government like Putin does, they also control large swaths of the economy and the population through oligarchies, which he does, and they also tend to control the distribution of media through organizations like RT, which he does. That would be a dictator.
I don't know if he's a dictator. I'm not Russian. I don't really care.
Wait, do we not care then? What?
She's on the Russian payroll. Russia paid her thousands of dollars, $100,000 a month at least, to say that.
Cool. Our old buddy, Zach Cope, also helped write this article, and the evidence they provide for this claim that Southern workers are probably at least as productive as workers in the global north is, well, let's just quote from the article. "The workers in Apple's iPad production chain are not paid less because their productivity is lower than that of workers in the north. In fact, they are probably more productive. Apple suppliers are world leaders employing state-of-the-art technology. Their managerial personnel drive employees using Taylorist methods and longer work weeks not legally tolerated in the north. Suppliers organize schedules to intensify worker productivity with daily shifts of 12 hours and a tight speed-up supervision being routine. Working weeks surpass 60 hours because workers are required to work overtime, exceeding legal regulations." Now, I swear to you that this is the closest I was able to come to finding an empirical justification in this article for the claim that workers in the global south are probably as productive as workers in the global north. The rest of the paper was a highly theoretical argument in favor of this idea. Also, the authors actually make the claim that workers in the global south are probably more productive. Hickel seems to moderate Lawson and Cope's claim to workers in the global south being at least as productive, and that seems to be for the purpose of citing Zach Cope's book, which attempts to quantify unequal exchange.
Engaging debate
Not the
about
4.9
Russia
trillion
on
number
the
I cited
boss.
earlier from Zach Cope. The exact claim by
Is
Cope
Skate
cited
even
by
in the
Hickel
boss's
is that if we
server?
were to assume equivalent wages between workers in the global north and the global south, the value of unequal exchange to OECD countries was $4.9 trillion. But this is kind of a weird thing for Hickel to cite in his article because, one, the OECD contains many countries that Hickel and the rest of the world would consider classically as part of the global south, like Turkey and Mexico. So Hickel is citing a group that contains countries in the global south to justify the idea that the global south is being exploited by the global north. This leads to some obvious confusion in the data because, at least according to the standard usage of global north and south and unequal exchange, if Turkey and Mexico do business with Peru and China, that usually isn't included in the aggregations of unequal exchange because they're both normally considered global south nations. So to summarize, Hickel, in order to justify the idea that workers aggregately in the global south are probably just as productive as workers in the global north, sources an article by a couple people who say workers in the global south are probably more productive. And this is without much, if any, empirical justification. My conclusion in this regard is it's probably reasonable to assume that there will be some productivity differences between countries based on time, industry, and national characteristics, and for one reason or another, workers in the global north are probably more productive on average than workers in the global south. This seems pretty well bore out in the data, and part of the difference in the final price of products is probably explained by these differences in productivity. It's also extremely important to note that this can also go either way in terms of price. For instance, if a country is highly productive and or efficient at producing lithium, for example, they might be able to charge much more competitive prices than lithium produced in some other country. This makes the use of country prices as a means by which to determine whether or not a trade relationship is unequal quite dubious, at least if you ask me. Under this logic, copper sold from Chile to France is a necessarily unequal exchange, representing a financial drain to the people of Chile, when the reality is Chile has a large national copper company, a buttload of copper, and has probably developed a lot of technical expertise in terms of copper extraction over the last several decades, given its resource wealth, which to me is probably a better explanation of why Chile can charge a lower price for copper on average than France. By the way, this is just an example, for God's sakes. I'm not an expert on the copper industry, just go with it. Okay, so we've covered productivity, but let's talk more fundamentally about Hickel's analysis and the flaws thereof. To do this, I'm going to cite a paper which serves as a spiritual follow-up to Hickel's first attempt at calculating unequal exchange. This paper was released about 11 months after the original in February 2022, and it's called Imperialist Appropriation in the World Economy, Drained from the Global South Through Unequal Exchange, 1990 to 2015. From the first paper to the second, Hickel changed his methodology dramatically, which caused the results to be wildly different. For instance, in Hickel's first paper,
When is this? This is through January 2024. Regulating source, Federal Reserve Board, BEA. Harvard Analytics, Apollo Chief Economist. So why is there a difference between these two? A relatively significant one. This is at like under 7%. This is at 11%. Oh, wait. Service payments? Revolving consumer credit card. I guess... Is this counting all... Oh, I guess this is probably just household debt, not specifically credit card debt.
paper, the Global North's percentage of GDP based on unequal exchange was calculated at around 5% in 2017. However, the percentage of the Global North's GDP based on unequal exchange in his second paper was estimated at 23% of GDP in 2015, a 4.5 times increase in the alleged proportion of the Global North's economy based on unequal exchange, a difference in results based purely on the methodology of the paper. So what happened here? Perhaps the change in methodology is justified, or perhaps it's a bunch of nonsense. At this point in my research, I had an open mind, and I hope you do too at this point in the video. To start, let's talk about the methodology of Hickel's first paper. In his first paper, Hickel seems to rely solely on exchange rate differentials to quantify unequal exchange. You can see the exact equation used by Hickel in his first paper here, where the value transfer or unequal exchange is essentially just the exports from the Global South to the Global North multiplied by the exchange rate deviation index. Hickel provides a nice explanation for this index on the top of the page. The exchange rate deviation index is just the goods and services of a country in purchase power parity terms divided by those same goods adjusted for the exchange rates between nations. He specifically cites India as an example, where he says that based purely on the exchange rate between the currencies, India's GDP per capita in 1995 was $340, but based on purchase power parity, which attempts to control for a nation's cost of living, India's GDP per capita was $1,400. This means that living in the US was around 4 times more expensive than living in India in 1995 based on this data. And using this formula after plugging in a bunch of trade numbers, Hickel ends up at unequal exchange representing about 5% of Global North GDP, like I mentioned earlier. However, in his second paper, Jason Hickel seems to change his methodology significantly, and in a way which betrays a more fundamental misunderstanding of trade. In the second paper, Hickel first quantifies unequal exchange in terms of goods and services transferred between nations. He describes this as a drain from the Global South to the Global North. For instance, in 2015, the final year in the study's data, the South experienced a net outflow of around 12 gigatons of raw materials. Given this number, the paper makes the observation that, well, the Global North has a price for those goods that they're willing to sell them for. For instance, domestic Global North aluminum manufacturers might not sell aluminum as cheaply as Chinese manufacturers, but they still sell aluminum to some number of buyers for some price, and this is the case for all of those raw materials Hickel is calculating. Therefore, if we use this equation, we can quantify the value of this drain as the Global South selling the Global North raw materials, which the Global North charges a much higher price for. Initially, this might sound quite unfair that the Global South is selling the Global North goods and services that they themselves charge a higher price for. And using this framework, Hickel determines the net outflow of 4 main categories of goods and services: raw materials, land, energy, and labor. These are measured in gigatons, millions of hectares, exajoules, and millions of dollars of equivalent pay respectively. He then uses this formula, which takes the net resource drain, multiplies it by northern export prices, and subtracts the actual money paid to the Global South for these imports in order to arrive at a net financial drain from the Global South. Because the trade and value added does not show specific inputs, and because this is what Hickel uses to determine the price of the same goods and services exported by the Global North, he has to make an educated guess that the 4 components of his paper, raw materials, land use, energy, and labor, are roughly equivalent components of trade and value added. This assumption, in combination with the formula I just mentioned, yields $10.8 trillion of drain from the Global South to the Global North in 2015, or around 23% of Global North GDP. Now that we've gone through the paper's methodology, let's...
Okay, is that enough for you? Or do we need to watch more? Here.
Based on this methodology and these assumptions, Hickel makes the following prescriptions. 1. Completely democratize the IMF, World Bank, and...
Oh, this is his prescriptions. Never mind. Okay.
But I hope you can see how this methodology of the second paper is much worse than the first paper, and how it probably doesn't lend itself to the best frame of analysis regarding trading relationships amongst countries. And to be fair, the only critique of this video that doesn't also apply to the first paper is the part about resource flows. Everything else from the productivity assumptions to the classification of countries to the basic understanding of trade relationships also applies to the first Hickel paper I referenced. The second paper just makes a more grievous error by boiling unequal exchange entirely down to resource flows and the price of exports from the Global North compared to the Global South. Based on this methodology and these assumptions, Hickel makes the following prescriptions. 1. Completely democratize the IMF.
Alright, I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole later, but not now. Trade good, interdependence, and gains from trade. It's globalization. It's just based. It can be mutually beneficial. It's just awesome sauce. Destiny true. U.S. households have experienced significant gains in stock prices and home prices over the last 15 years, and Fed hikes have generated significant cash flows to owners of fixed income. As a result, debt-to-income ratio looks much better for U.S. households compared to other countries, including Canada and Australia. See the first chart below. At the same time, credit card debt for U.S. households is at very low levels and declining. See the second chart. The bottom line is that U.S. households' balance sheets are in excellent shape, combined with strong job growth, solid wage growth, rising asset prices, and Fed cutting rates. There is no recession on the horizon. Oh wait, I forgot they have the high risk thing. Yeah, it's a fucking PDF though. Fuck you. Do you want lower housing price? Do you want lower housing prices or higher? I mean, housing prices. I don't necessarily want them to be pushed down lower now, as in I don't necessarily want to see deflation. What I want to see is they stop growing in price so fast, so that as wages grow faster than home prices, more people can buy into the system of home ownership, which should be an appreciating asset. Or I mean, when I say shit, I mean that's how people build wealth in America. So you stop calling it an asset investment.
Okay, if I heard a good argument, I probably wouldn't be an atheist. I don't think.
What? Wow, this guy.
I feel like every argument is like you have to have faith, and it's so stupid. There was I don't remember who said this. So it was one dude who was like, I can never believe in a god that knows exactly what it would take to make everyone believe, but chooses not to do it, and the punishment of not believing. Is
Lower
eternal
debt
damnation.
to
And he was like, either
income
that
ratio
God that does not
than
exist, or a
other.
God that does not deserve worship. I was like, that's a really good statement to make about a lot of it.
So I think like one of the responses to that.
Okay, that's probably good on debt, right? Although there was one other. Pretty sure in graphs I like. So true, good response. Maybe it's an inflation. Yeah, although, like, I mean, I don't know. We just have the Fred chart, so I don't think it matters that much, but. Although they are different sources, so I guess I will. Include this, and then. Continuously, right? Yeah. See if I can find. Oops. Okay. Thank you, National Institute of Finance Education, for posting this on Facebook and apparently nowhere else. They don't even link to the. They don't even link to the thing here. Although this also has the excess savings, so I will include it. Okay, National Institute of Finance Education. How do I find this? No, I mean maybe it's in this, but like I doubt it would be. Yeah. Um. Oh, I don't know. It's okay. I might not use that then. I don't know. I'll keep it there. But there's other. I know I have other graph for excess savings. I'm pretty. Does Fred have an excess savings thing? I'm assuming it does. Although it is down since that's not what I want. We can have this in here. Okay. So we have debt. We have. This is like the history of CPI. This will be. We'll make a immigration thing. And under it, we'll have this. And we'll have what even is this? Oh. Yeah, sometimes I use this video for, or use this song for YouTube Shorts, bro. Did we not take notes? Did we just read that? I feel like we definitely took notes in it, though. And maybe we didn't. It's good frag out music. Think Harry Sisson and Dean Withers tariffs should apologize for being alive? What? What'd I do? Reset. Oh wait, but zoom in because I zoom in on Notion. Dude, I saw someone on Twitter get mad that they were that someone was using, or these numbers are like seasonally adjusted. If you don't use the seasonally adjusted numbers, then actually a lot of the payrolls are just government jobs. It's like, I wonder why in September, in August and September, there might be a lot of government payroll increases, you know. I wonder like what, you know, maybe like what, you know, breaks for the summer and then like kind of, you know, starts again around then. All the October jobs are Spirit Halloween idiot. Well, we don't have October job numbers yet, obviously. This is not what I want. Why is this times 100? Use the non-spirit Halloween adjusted. Or did he probably just manually made this chart, right? So he did the all employees government. And then just A over B. Apply. Wow. I did the wrong way around. Can I just do B over A? Wow. Oh, that's gonna, okay, hold on, wait. How do I make this one A? Okay, all employees government. Then all employees total non-farm. Or add A over B. Apply. There we go. And this will work, right? Nope. Okay, well, you know what? Oh, you know what? That's probably why he didn't link to it, huh? This one dude was arguing on PPG stream last night about what? Dude, I want to see PPG on the hippy dippy recruitment. That would be awesome, bro. What is this?
I don't have ice block up. Dude, why is my bar? Oh, dude, he's dead. He's fucking dead. I'm full feared. I had the cold snap.
Oh, really? Oh, sick.
I missed my kick.
What do they argue about?
Kill them both here. God damn it.
Oh, he still has this tweet up. Another fake job report out of Biden's Harris government today. Who looks better at being bald? Oh, makes sense. Don't forget, a literal or multiple Biden regime admitted they overstated jobs by 818,000. If you're not even slightly suspicious of this month's numbers, you're not being honest. Dude, that's so funny. It's hard to put a negative spin on it. Who's fighting PPG? I don't know. I don't know. That's why he's kind of lost. He's the one who mentioned it. A study showed that households rapidly accumulated unprecedented levels of excess savings, defined as the difference between actual savings in a pre-recession trend relative to previous recessions. We also launched a monthly data page, pandemic-era excess savings, to help track how much excess savings remain in the aggregate U.S. economy. Figure 1 shows the evolution of these excess savings at the aggregate level. As of March 2024, our estimate shows that the overall excess savings in the U.S. economy have been fully depleted. Excess savings. That's how you get paid by the Russians. Why do you use sus numbers to make broad-reaching conclusions? Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I like my cheese rippy, bro. Welcome to the stream, loud Polish man. Good to meet you. Great introduction. As excess savings were built up over a period of 18 months from the onset of the pandemic recession in March 2020 until August 2021, the rapid accumulation was largely due to pandemic-related financial support for U.S. households and a steep decline in consumer spending as a result of the health-related social distancing and business closures. We estimate that excess savings at the aggregate level peaked at $2.1 trillion in August 2021 and were steadily depleted over the subsequent 2.5 years. Households drew down their excess savings at an average pace of $70 billion per month since September 2021, though this downdraw accelerated to about $85 billion per month since last fall relative to the average pace for the entire period. Figure 2 shows this monthly accumulation in blue and subsequent downdraw in red of pandemic-era excess savings. As a Polish person living in Europe, this doesn't really concern me, LMAO. I mean, it doesn't, but hold on. Subway Surfers. Now it's interesting. Now it interests you. Now you're hooked. They can barely get through under-equipped Europe, Ukraine, I mean. Holy, I'm slow. Consumer spending is a key driver to U.S. economic growth and has been robust over the past 2 years. Household demand for goods and services has remained surprisingly resilient in the face of high interest rates as well as elevated, albeit falling, inflation, with our estimate of excess savings dropping below zero. What does this mean for the future of U.S. consumer spending? Well, the large stock of excess savings was accumulated in 2020 and 2021 played a role in supporting the overall financial health of households. It was only one of many possible factors that helped consumers maintain robust spending levels. Dumbest decisions they could have possibly made. Yeah, Subway Surfers is awesome, bro. Are they making smart decisions so far then? Apologies for bad English. Apologies for bad spelling. English is my first language. Dude, you're, oh, Nightbot did not like that one. Your English seems fine. Your English seems, my message is that things have to change. They have to change right now. For example, the U.S. labor market has been very strong over the past few years. The unemployment rate has dropped to near historic lows. Employment levels are at all-time highs. Wages have grown beyond historic averages, and monthly job gains have regularly exceeded 200,000. A continuing strong labor market could help consumers maintain spending patterns similar to those observed recently, even without pandemic era savings. Mr. Streamer, you remind me of Jake. Who is Jake? You don't even you don't even gaze to speak languages anymore. We got AI. Gaze. What the fuck do you mean got? You don't even. True. I love how, dude, Casey Lee, Casey Lee really brought the AI meta into a new era. In all these Destiny debates, Rob Noah keeps using AI. You don't even know Jake. There's a few Jakes. There's multiple Jakes. One or two of them are out there. Casey Lee IRL. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I want to say our first debate. I don't know. He was using AI, which is funny. Which is it wasn't a formal debate or anything. It was fine, whatever. But it's just funny that more people have started doing that. Although I've never used I don't think I've ever used AI for an argument. I've just used AI to find sources if I need a source for something. If I have something I know to be probably true and I need a source for it, I'll be like, hey, Perplexity, give me the source. AI is more efficient than manually writing out arguments. Yeah, you're dumb, so you rely on AI to make the comprehensive unemployment index. Which immediately double counts. Unemployed workers. God, that was so funny to me, dude. What even, dude? We'd have to refine the comprehensive unemployment index, because the comprehensive unemployment index is horrible and double counts unemployed workers. You literally are just immediately doubling the unemployment rate with it. But we could use it, and if I guarantee you, if it says that the labor market is strong, you would still not accept it. I don't even think we have the data for some of the things that are listed in it. What are large stock excess savings? Okay, we read that. Continuing strong labor market can help consumers maintain spending patterns similar to those observed recently. Even without pandemic-era savings, consumers could use their non-pandemic related savings as another source of funding for household consumption. Many households saw notable gains in their equity and other assets holdings over the past year. Also, households across the income distribution now own notably more non-financial assets, such as real estate, housings, and vehicles relative to pre-pandemic levels. Overall real household wealth with local projections. Should have voted in California to increase minimum wage to $18. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm looking at the mail-in ballot. What's your opinions on Ukraine? Give them 5x the aid we give them, unironically. And dude, listen. If we're gonna listen, if we let Israel bomb Russian air bases, then we gotta let Ukraine do it too, okay? If we shoot down Iranian missiles over Israel, I'm pretty sure U.S. ships were shooting down missiles heading towards Israel, like U.S. outposts in Syria were shooting down missiles headed towards Israel. Do that for fucking Russia, Ukraine, okay? Put some NATO troops in Poland and just like shoot down missiles coming to Ukraine, okay? Just do it. Induce nuclear war? Exactly. There's no shout out actually. Do nuclear war if we would just maybe if we actually did like the no-fly zone or whatever, but like just letting them bomb, like Ukraine is literally occupying part of Russia right now. Where is my nuclear war? Where is it? We have U.S. troops in Poland. It's just that I don't know what they do. Like, there are NATO troops in Poland. I know part of it is, like, sometimes we, like, station equipment there. And then once Congress actually finally fucking approves aid to Ukraine, it can immediately be given to Ukraine. And it's already there. Who caused the USS Liberty incident? I mean, like, Israel attacked our ship. Yeah. First time I'm hearing about this. What? I'm no longer going to support Israel because in 1967 they attacked one of our ships. What do you think of Biden sending 100 troops to Israel? Is that real? I don't believe you. No shot. And we won't do this to Ukraine, bro? We gotta do this to Ukraine. Biden is based in AIPAC field. True. It's a meaningless gesture. Well, it's probably going to be to... Yeah, we're sending in a missile defense system, and our American troops operating it. It's not like they're actually... And you still want US to support it? Do you think... Even if I'm pretty sure we've gone over this before. I could, to be clear, I have not researched into the USS Liberty incident that much. I would lean towards they probably thought it was an Egyptian ship, but I don't know. They could have thought it was an American ship, and they could have been trying. The best case scenario here, okay, for your side, is that Israel attacked a U.S. ship to try to bring... I think the argument is they attacked it to try to bring America into the war, to support Israel in the 67 war. The best case for your side is that in 1967... Israel attacked our ship to try to get them to support them in a war that, I mean, they were already winning at that point. But it's like, am I going to choose whether or not to support a country? Like, whether or not to support a country based on what they did in 1967 to one U.S. ship? Really? Like, okay. And again, my understanding is the argument that people make is that they attacked it to drag us into the 6-day war, right? So it's like Israel was being attacked by multiple Arab states. I understand they would want to strike that struck first, but like they were being attacked by multiple Arab states, and they wanted help, so they figured out a. What are you blabbering about? You make no sense. Okay, and they figured out a way to try to drag us in. Why do you dislike Ukraine, USS? It is the same system and same country. True. It's just like doing one bad thing in 1967. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna hold that against you forever. Like what? That doesn't inform like what I think Israel's doing today. U.S. court produced evidence that Israeli armed forces had ample opportunity to identify Liberty correctly. The court had insufficient information before to make a judgment on the reasons for the decision by Israeli aircraft to mortar torpedo boats to attack. It was not the responsibility of the court to rule on the capacity of attackers, and no evidence was heard from the attacking nation. You are lying to yourself. Have this worldview. You are lying to yourself to have this worldview. What? How? What? Why? I say something. No, I read one of this guy's articles. I think it was exceptionally important facts to uphold your point. My entire argument here is that it is not exceptionally important to me whether or not Israel did something bad to a U.S. ship in 1967. If Israel bombed a U.S. ship in 67, the argument is like, what was the motive for attacking it? Wasn't the argument is that they thought the U.S. might think that it was like the Egyptians who attacked them, and then they would help Israel in the war against Egypt. That was the argument, right? U.S. Secretary of State at the time an incident wrote, I was never satisfied with the Israeli explanation. Their sustained attack to disable and sink Liberty precluded an assault by accident or some trigger-happy local commander. Though diplomatic channels were used, through diplomatic channels, we refused to accept their explanations. I didn't believe them, and I don't believe them to this day. The attack was outrageous. Following arguments and official reports were published in a supported hypothesis that the attack was due to mistaken identity. Accidents and mistakes do occur in wartime. Blah. Okay, well, crazy. Several books and BBC documentary, USS Liberty, Dead in the Water, argued that Liberty was attacked in order to prevent the U.S. from knowing about the forthcoming attack in the Golan Heights, which would violate a ceasefire to which Israel had agreed. However, Syria did not accept a ceasefire until June 9th after the attack on Liberty. Wow. It's like you're normalizing attitude, a state that is most aggressive espionage against its U.S. allies. It has no mistaken identity. I mean, I'm aware Israel also does espionage. Israel does. I'm pretty sure have spies in the U.S. But, like, why? It's like, oh, because they want our support. Why? Because they have constantly been under threat by multiple Arab nations. It's like, okay. Can you just tell me, like, can you tell me what the motive was for search as the police massacre polls? What is this also in 19 whatever? This is a reason to not support Ukraine. It is, yeah, 1943. Localist, I don't even think you actually have an opinion on Israel. It's most aggressive. Malibu, why do you think they bombed USS Liberty? What was the motive behind it? Just tell me that. Malibu. Answer the question. Oh my god. Trying to defend against ballistic missiles. So we have U.S. troops on the ground in Israel shooting down ballistic missiles from Iran, but we won't give Ukraine stuff to shoot down ballistic missiles. Or I think we did finally, right? The whatever Patriot missile defense stuff. Malibu. Why do you think? What was the motive behind Israel attacking the USS Liberty? What was the motive behind it? I didn't think Ukraine comes. Yeah, I mean it does come with more risk. Obviously, Russia's a nuclear power. They have more. I mean, by now, I guess by now, all the European countries aren't really using their gas anymore. So. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I think there's probably probably more things. Give things to read about why CPI. How and why has overestimated inflation historically. Pretty sure this is gonna be stuff I already know. To compromise data it was collecting and to drag the war. Okay, so thank you. This is the best argument. Okay, I could fully grant that. And what I would get from that is that in 1967, Israel was so desperate for U.S. support while being attacked by 3 fucking Arab nations that they attacked the U.S. ship to drag us into war. I'm not gonna hold that against them today. Okay, that like. What the fuck is this? Chapter 13, measuring inflation. I will? Okay, let me rephrase. It's dumb to hold it. That's not a good reason to not support a nation in a war of what I would call, of what I consider self-defense. Obviously, we disagree whether it's self-defense. That's not a good enough reason, in my opinion, to not help a Western ally in a war of self-defense. In my opinion. Maybe we attach different weights to these things, but realize war started by Israel on false premise. Which one? This one? Or 67? It was never an ally. Okay. Was 67 on. Well, obviously I disagree with that, but I'm just saying, like, from my point of view, if I think that the War 67 was defensive, and I think the current war is defensive, then you bringing up the fact the USS Liberty thing is not going to significantly change my opinion, because I don't attach much weight to whether we should defend a Western ally in a war of self-defense based on what it did in a war of self-defense a while ago out of desperation. If that's the steel man I give you, but also, like, wasn't, like, Israel already winning the 6-day war pretty heavily at that point? I just don't see. I would have to do like a full day reading into it. But it was attacked on what, June 9th, which was like 5 days into the 6-day war, right? It was attacked on June 8th. Okay, so 3 days in. But they had already conquered a lot of territory. By June 8th, these colors are too similar. This green color. That's like this, right? But even though it has captured the Golan Heights that day. But it already captured like all of the Sinai and like thank you for stopping by, loud Polish gentlemen. Remember to smash that like and sub button. I appreciate you being here. Thanks. See ya. Thank you. I appreciate it. Official estimates of personal auto insurance vary widely, ranging from 6.5% to 22%. Our own estimate sees motor vehicle insurance inflation at 42%. Possible overestimation and efficient measures may distort deflation signals. Why? What? I don't know if I care about this stuff right now. Okay, we'll probably read this at some point, although I'm more concerned with the job numbers right now. I think I probably bookmarked something on government jobs on Twitter. This is just the chart. I've obviously read a bit of stuff about, you know, owner's equivalent rent and why that's controversial. I never heard anyone complain about the auto insurance though. I don't 1/3 of the gap with PCE being explained by auto insurance sounds wild to me. Headline CPI reported year-on-year auto inflation at 22.2%. How did they estimate? Why are they so different? CPI is like way higher than it. Why is CPI so high? Different measures are complicated to work. Gap in inflation estimates could be PCs based on urban. Okay, yes, I understand this. The way to plan auto insurance of PCE is based on premium less claims. The CPI weight is based on full premium amount. Do you think you're charitable enough to debate your opponents? Me? I feel like I am. I don't know if I'd be the best person to judge that, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like I am. Maybe not. First three reasons do not explain much of the difference when 90% of households are urban. The gap between PPI series with and without investments income is small, and factors that can create a gap between consumer payments and career receipts, e.g. changes in premiums or taxes or broker commissions are limited. The fourth reason likely matters more. CPI and PPI started to diverge around the time that consumers started shopping around and policy retention started to drop. But that still does not explain the whole increase. Other factors lacking transparency are likely to play too. We can look at insurance sector for alternative benchmarks. Based on the industry revenues and proxies for exposure growth, personal auto. Okay, why? Auto insurance overestimate. Okay, well, this is just citing this. Okay, well, I don't really know how we get so wildly different measures for auto insurance, but okay, I guess that's a thing. I mean, listen, okay, it gives me another anti-CPI talking point, so that's all. I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I think this literally, I don't know, has this like thing here, but (2021 and 2022) there was a huge demand for workers, and that really did produce a rise in illegal immigration. The real Bordesar Secretary of Homeland Security. Interesting, talking about several causes of illegal immigration, but one neither, as Ron mentioned, it's the simplest of all jobs. When jobs are plentiful, we get more illegal immigrants. When jobs are scarce, we get fewer. I mentioned this before. Here's another way to look at it. If there are more job openings than actual hires, it means that U.S. businesses urgently need a worker. So let's look at the difference between openings and hires over the past decade. Illegal immigrants follow the job market almost perfectly, but not quite. There was a huge spike to happen for other reasons. The 2019 spikes was likely due to the start of professional smuggling organizations and ended quickly because of Donald Trump's brutal family separation policy. The 2023 spike, according to, I always forget how to pronounce his name, Marquez, was due to a temporary gap in Mexican border enforcement, and the 2020 dips in jobs is obviously because of the pandemic. So there are policy changes and other outside events that make a difference, but usually only for short periods. Generally speaking, illegal immigration, it's all about jobs and not much else. This is only because the high demand was still there even after companies had hired every last native-born worker they get their hands on. The chart tells the story among prime-age native-borns. The labor participation rate after 2021 rose to its highest level in 20 years. It was maxed out. Everyone, even with the slightest interest in working, had a job. Non-Fauna, could you please provide me with links and resources to debunk with great arguments against Marxist conclusions from Das Kapital and Marxism-Leninism? I mean, if you really care. I would do this. Social democracy in the 21st century has some good stuff, like anti-labor value theory, rate of profits to fall stuff, and then like on learning economics obviously has some stuff too. Like he has this thing on labor value theory.
Economic value.
He also has something on the rate of profits to fall. Tendency to rate of profits to fall. He probably has other stuff in here too, I don't know. Nobody believes Friedman. Our response to nobody believes an essay. In short, a methodology, he's balanced with specific words about Friedman. Didn't really believe it, and economists don't either. The sole purpose serves as a dog whistle for only neoclassical economics. Unfortunately, this means that it retains a rhetorical purpose, even though through contemporary economists do not subscribe to it 100%. As a Twitterer, Stefan Martinez Ruiz cleverly put it, economists act as if Friedman's essay is true, and certainly when they are responding to critics. I don't know if I had, dude. Too bad samples in fucking Florida right now. Like some loser nerd. What the hell? I don't know. He sent me a few things in it before. I'm sure he has more shit, but base social democracy in the 21st century, true. The guy who runs society is an unhinged, might be unhinged anti-immigrant though. Also based fire. Cool. Why? Okay. There was a lot of demand for workers, which usually translates into higher legal immigration. This demand was only there because vacancies existed. Vacancies. Even after companies hired most of the almost all of the native-born workforce. Prime age employment is at record levels for both. What's up with these stream titles recently? What's wrong with it? Native-borns and foreign workers. They're awesome, and I don't understand why you're insulting me. But it's just my name. I realized I should make it maybe just a little harder for people to be able to dox me. Oh, is this not just your alt account? This is your, oh, this is your account. Bro.
We want to welcome viewers watching on ABC.
Don't mean to be rude, bro. Don't mean to be rude. Don't mean to be rude. I'm just saying, if I look up Isaac Rhodes... You're not... You... Where is he? Where? I mean, I guess you changed your name, so maybe we won't be able to find it, but... Oh, wait, that was you, though. There was a... Yeah, there you go. There's you. I'm just saying. Oh, you did change it. Yeah. It actually might... You might... I guess you might actually beat... Oh, this is even worse for you, buddy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's Jover. It's Jover. Does this, is it gonna break all of my things with you in it? I don't know how to, yeah, let me just go to oldest, because you're in the fucking old shit. You're an OG. You're in this.
That Hamas gets to.
Oh no, it automatically changes. That's good. I see there's some real great graphic design you did here. This is a result of a red hot labor market. Everyone gets jobs, native, foreign born, illegal immigrants alike. Nobody jobs were taken by anybody. And then put this in YouTube. It's done at 3 a.m., so I could have changed my name. Okay, makes sense, but... What is this Sunday thing gonna be like? What do you mean? I don't know. It's a hippy-dippy debate. Well, recruitment debate. I'm not that important. Hold on. I'll pull it up in a second. Because they've done other ones before. I've seen some of them. Why won't it? You know what? I'm gonna see that. It's like kicker keeper, everyone. No, it's Have you not seen a hippy dippy thing before, bro? Actually, I think hippy dippy has done illumination debates before, but that's usually not how they work. Look.
All crap.
Nope.
Every single thing that he did.
Basically, you do your... I think they give you like there's like 8 people. Usually it's a 4 versus 4. And they do... For the recruitment things, they do 2 topics. And, well, 3 topics. 2 of them are an hour long. And another one is just a fun topic. That's, like this one is, what is the best sandwich? It's like a fun... For like 10 minutes, they just do a fun topic before switching to the next one. Mine is candy corn good? So, I gotta make a Notion page about that one, That'll be so fun. I don't know if they give you they give you a topic, and I think they give people technically 2 minutes for an opening statement. I'm not gonna use anywhere close to that.
Then you're
but
tomfoolery. I really think we can get a pop off. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another hippy dippy recruitment show with me, Tyler Bell, your host. Ladies and gentlemen, theys and debbies, reds and blues, and pick-me's too. Welcome back to the Hippy Dippy Recruitment Show with me, your host, Westside Tyler. It's September 22nd, 2024, and we're bringing you another 2.5 hours of the hot-blooded, knockdown, drag-out, big panel debate you know and love. Today's topics include who is better positioned to lead the United States into the future.
I mean, this if you saw the thing, but the boss is going to be on it too, which will be fun.
What is the best sandwich? And should the Department of Education be dismantled? Our interlocutors will be given 1 hour for the first topic, 1/2 hour for the second, and a final hour for the final topic. Each individual will be afforded a brief 1 to 2 minute opening statement in the order they're in.
Is the boss still gone, by the way? My chat told me he was he was MIA, and he has not responded to my DM yet. I just DM'd him saying, "Yo, I see you're gonna be here. Congrats." But I saw, but I don't know his politics that much. I mean, he's like broadly left leaning. I think like he's on my side of the debate. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's. He doesn't even talk about. For what I've seen, I don't even think he talks about politics that much. I've seen him host debates, and I've seen him do like weird debate analysis things. And I haven't even like seen him like talk about politics like that much. Like, I don't really know. Whatever. But I don't know like any of these people. I know of Gibbs. Never spoken to him. Spoken to the boss, obviously. I know of Westside Tyler. None of these other people I know. I don't know. It'll be fun.
And then panel.
Well,
But they get ASMR.
all crap.
Don't judge me. I watch it while editing. Okay, I'm not
Panel.
ashamed of it.
Speakers may be randomly muted throughout the open panel at my discretion to provide other interlocutors time to speak, to control the conversation, or for any
Most invited guest and appeared guest on the original show proper. So I'm very.
Yeah. What's their goal then? I don't think they. I think they do announce winner. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they do announce winners for the regular show, but I don't think they do anything like that for.
There was some stuff said about the Chips and Science app.
No, I said the
recruitment show. I don't know. The goal is to promote my channel as much as possible.
Just search Westside Tyler and you'll find me. Finally, follow me on Twitter as well to keep up to date on all my shit posting at Tyler Westside.
Yeah, I don't think it.
Oh, sorry, here. All right.
Worthy of him and
good sport and for taking such a large time out of their Friday, which I know is an important day for many people, and spending it on today's show. You all have a blessed weekend and try not to party too hard. Okay, everybody? Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
At least you'll have new Republicans you can yell at, I guess. I don't even have a strong opinion on this one. Should the U.S. prioritize military spending over social programs? I don't know. What percent are we? I'm pretty sure we spend more on health and education as a percent of GDP at this point than we do military, right? Percent of GDP. U.S. health versus military. Yeah, 18% of healthcare, 3% of military. What about welfare? Welfare is probably, well, I mean, welfare's got to be less, right? But I don't know. Well, it's lumped in here with this. No, I don't have a strong opinion on it. I think it's important that we spend a lot of the military to maintain our global leadership position and defend our allies, at least insofar as we think that they are abiding by the laws of war. Cough, cough, Israel sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. They're probably like Listen, my issue is it's just so spent. Like her welfare spending, it's just spent so inefficiently. Like it's so bad. Like we should be spending a lot of money on welfare. I love welfare. It's just it's spent so bad. It's so bad. I think I have the chart still in my bookmarks of it's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know how efficient our military spending is though. Like horrible, horrible, horrible.
Not fun. Not fun.
Yeah. What's up?
Okay. So wait. What's the prompt again?
There's two topics. One of them is hold on, let me find the exact thing. I think it's should the US prioritize military spending over social spending?
Oh. So yeah, that seems weird to me because like if you're saying like, here's my thing. I think like US military is really important, but if you're saying like should the 18% of GDP that's in health, like what you saw, the 18% that's in health and the 3% in military, should that be switched? I feel like that's an obvious like no.
Well, yeah, I don't think I don't know. Just as prioritize. To me, that makes it sound like if we get more money or something, like should we? I don't know.
See what I mean? Yeah, it's very broad.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like it's dumb.
Well, because like first initially, I was like, of course, yes, like we're the number one like free trade like protector, like of course it should be prioritized. And then I was like, and then you looked up like the 18 to 3%. I was like, well, if we're doing this all with 3%, I don't know if we need 18%. Like 18% would be a little overboard, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Prioritize military spending over social programs. Here's the. I want to spend more on welfare, but I don't want more programs. We should have less programs. We just give people. We should just give people money. I've only become more ingrained in the state. Okay, it's that we have 20 different federal programs, all of which have their own employees, all of which have like different administrative employees. Okay. and they have to track the income of people. Each like of these programs has to track the income of people and like determine what level of benefits they're eligible for. And then there's administrative costs in distributing those benefits to people. Okay, we have to make sure. It's so bad. It's just so bad. Like there's so many. Just give people money. There's so
much procedural like red tape with all these different programs.
That too. Yeah, it's like also it's like. Oh my god, it's like we, people just, a lot of people who are eligible for welfare don't get it just because they don't know how to fill out the fucking forms. They just don't know that they're eligible
too many
for
barriers
it.
To
and
entry.
they don't fill it out. It's so bad. And I think that the chart I was showing you is like, I think they model, because we phase benefits out relatively quickly as income increases. So, you get more money, you get less benefits. The disincentive to work is so bad for some people. I think this it doesn't list what they model here, but I'm pretty sure the model of this was like a single mother with one child in Washington D.C. And like you can see from $12,000 to $60,000, they don't actually gain any income. Because as their income increases, their benefits phase out, and it's just.
It kind of fills this gap that the benefits used to fill.
Yeah, but like you don't actually see like any change in total like net income. It's horrible. It's horrible. We just give people money. Just give people money. Give people $3,000 a month. Okay, that's it. Like these programs are so expensive. Okay, we could figure it out. We could finance a $3,000 a month UBI, and then just tax it back for rich people. Okay, like oh my god. Oh my god, it's horrible.
Do you think you're gonna have any people that are gonna be the what's it called, the good old if you give them like social like safety nets, they're gonna become less incentivized to work?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Okay. This style of benefits that we do now, this disincentive to work is way bigger than any UBI could ever be. This disincentive is like you're not seeing any increase in income until you get past $60,000. A UBI would not have the same anywhere near the scale of the problem unless you had a unbelievably bad tax code. Oh my god.
Here's the problem with that though. You would have to explain to like 90% of people on that what a UBI is. Not fun. You already know that, right?
I mean, well, yeah, maybe, I don't know. And also, it's not like we have empirical data on UBIs. There have been like fucking 200 UBI trials, okay? All of them reach like the same conclusion, okay? Very minimal reductions in hours worked. Most of the reduction in hours worked is from students who focus on education and mothers who focus on their children, okay? Both of these things are probably pro-productivity in the long run, okay? If a student doesn't work but they focus on education, which by the way, the number one reason that students consider dropping out is because of like financial issues.
Money.
Yeah, it's like, this is a pro-productivity thing in the long run, okay? Having mothers spend more time with their children is probably a pro-productivity thing in the long run.
Yeah.
It's horrible. But also, I haven't read into this ever, but I do also know, like, people will complain, like, our military spends, like, way more money on certain things than
it should.
It should, yeah. Like, there's, like, $1,000 cup holders or whatever. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like ostrich coffee seats. Yeah, there's a really good meme about this in this. There's a Netflix show about Space Force, and they do an entire episode on that.
Yeah. Military spending.
The $6,000 orange.
I don't know if this is true or not. One person told me that they use this money to like funnel into like classified projects and stuff.
That would make sense. I'd feel a lot more comfortable as like a military personnel being like, let's just have people think we're stupid and we're spending $5,000 on coffee holders and not on like this super secret thing, because if they know we're spending $300,000 on a super secret thing, it's probably pretty important.
Yeah, it's what. Yeah. But I also don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure like there's departments that we give money to, but like we don't even like list how much money we give to them. So like
we both paused at the same time and started at the same time three times in a row.
Yeah.
I was just saying, I just have enough hope to think that like they're not like that negligent. That's what I would think.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But it's a dumb question. That's gonna be my opening statement. It's a dumb question.
Yeah, because like it's so very like the implementation of like what it could mean are so many different things.
Yeah. And it's like I don't know. There's probably more marginal utility, at least in some places, with welfare. Like the child tax credit, like Kamala's big child tax credit, is probably gonna like half child poverty if it gets passed. I looked into this. It's estimated to cost like $1.4 billion or $1 trillion rather, or like over 10 years, which is like I would need to like do more reading into this because I don't know exactly what it means, but it's like the same cost as like F-35, like a fleet of F-35s or whatever. It's like, you know what, the U.S. will probably be fine without one more fleet of F-35s, probably. I don't know for sure, but I would guess, but I don't know. Like I don't know if there's as big a like returns that you could get on military spending, considering we already have such an advantage in our military. that it would.
Nafon,
outweigh.
please, for the love of God, click onto the Discord stream. I don't know why I'm frozen, but it looks so bad.
Your webcam's just broken, buddy.
No!
I don't know what to tell you. It's just loading, buddy. It's just, yeah. But like I don't know. My guess is the conversation is probably gonna spiral into just it does welfare even work?
Military bad.
And I imagine the conversation is gonna go to one or two places, if not both of these places, that are like mostly tangential. It's gonna be, is foreign aid bad? Not like is the not as like
Oh, Israel? Is that
bad.
where you think it's gonna go?
I mean, I'll probably go to. I imagine people are just gonna complain about that we give foreign aid at all, even though like foreign aid is like 0.2% of GDP compared to the military, which is the military as a whole is like 3% or whatever, right? So
yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, it's I imagine it's gonna go to that, and it might go to Ukrainian Nazis or Israeli Jewish Israeli Jewish Nazis, and then it's gonna be, does welfare work? Poverty hasn't gone down at all. Poverty hasn't gone down.
This is gonna be a stupid question, but what is the political leaning of like Hippy Dippy?
I mean, the moderators don't like do much, but like Dylan Burns is relatively progressive. I think he was like he doesn't do that much politics stuff anymore. I don't think, like, he hosts the Hippy Dippy panels, but like he's just a moderator, and I don't know, he does like, lame stuff. He moved on from Twitch panels to like, on the ground Ukrainian war coverage. He's like,
oh yeah, that's so easy to do. Oh my god,
I know.
The hard stuff.
Yeah, I know. He's like, going with like evacuation squads in Ukraine that like evacuate people out of like the Russian occupied territories. I
took the easy route for real.
I know. Yeah. And then the recruitment things are hosted by West Side Tyler, who's like a pretty left leaning. I think he's a socialist leaning person, but he's a left leaning guy.
Because I was wondering, I was like, when it comes down to it, are you gonna lose popular favor if Israel gets brought up? Or do you just keep your head down and be like, I have no comment?
I don't know. I don't know. Here's the problem is Israel will cause infighting within my own side, even because I did I like checked out like all the people on the panel. There's only one of them, or no, there's only one of them I didn't know before, because I knew the boss obviously, and I knew of Gibbs before. I knew he was right leaning. There was only one of them that I was able to figure out was left leaning. Everyone else, like one of them was like a video game reviewer, and it's like, okay, well, like I don't really know how to.
Why is he? Yeah,
I don't.
That's weird.
Maybe there's. He probably like does like Twitch streams that are politics, and I just like.
Does he do the anti-woke stuff? Apex Legends is woke for these reasons.
I didn't see any at least. Yeah. So I don't know, but there was one girl on my side who looked like she was relatively pro-Palestine. So I imagine, I don't know.
Oh
I imagine like it's like if I bring up Israel, it's gonna cause infighting, and it's just gonna make outside look bad or whatever. But
yeah. I saw our feminine phenomenon.
I know.
It was amazing. I took that great. I literally was with a dude next to me, and I was like, "Hey, I need to take a video of this real quick." I'm watching my bro stream, and I was like, "I need you to record this, and I need you to like pan out after you're done zooming in on me." Because I was like, this video would feed families. Okay, just me watching Nonfon stream at the Kamala Harris rally. I did buy a hat. I bought the camo one. The W hat.
Space true.
Yeah. There was unironically there was a news report. I didn't know about this till after. There was because I went early. On the way in, there's this one long road, and after I came in, like an hour later, there was like a group of like 90 Trump fans. They were all just blocking the like sides of the road with flags and everything else. I was like, damn, I wish I would have known about it. I would have been making content.
Yeah. Well,
unironically, I would have been out there.
But you enjoy being bussed in by Kamala Harris and paid
You got I sent
$5,000 just to clap. Yeah.
I sent a video to my Republican parents, and I was like, "Look at all this AI," because it was packed to the full, and I was like, "Oh my god, all this AI."
Dude, I don't understand. I don't understand the like. I haven't been following politics for like that long or whatever. I don't understand like the obsession with like Kamala Harris using teleprompters. Like people.
Yeah, that's weird.
People got so upset that like when her teleprompter broke, she like just kept like repeating herself to stall for time, and I was just like, this is like the most like normal like thing to me. Like okay, like her teleprompter broke, so she stalled for time. Like okay, and like what I understand you like when Trump does 2-hour speeches and rambles on about how rambles on about how he got Man of the Year in a random town and rambles on about it does what he calls weaving, but like maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want my president to like speak presidentially. Maybe you've seen that mashup before of like Obama announcing that they killed bin Laden versus Trump announcing that they killed
whatever his name is,
al-Baghdadi or something. Leader of ISIS. Yeah, it's like which one of these should I want? Okay, should I want like my president to like speak presidential, or should I want my president to go up to the mic and give a 48-minute long ramble about how our military didn't go to the front door? They didn't go up to the front door and say, knock knock, may I come in? Like I'm obviously the one that actually speaks presidentially. Like what? Like, and there was that one.
I'm trying to. The poll's non-fun. It's so close, non-fun in our state specifically.
Yeah. It's we gotta go blue. We gotta. Whoever subbed on YouTube, thank you so much. It really helps right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. I got like one person to register to vote out of everyone I messaged. One person was already registered, and he might vote now. He might. We'll see.
Are you playing a fucking YouTube game?
YouTube playables? Yeah.
Why are you playing?
I ADHD, brother. Okay, if I'm talking to someone, and clearly I need something to do in the background.
Here's the problem, though. You're actually gonna break your audience with this and the Minecraft parkour up. You're gonna actually.
Dude, what's really cool about this game is that you start with enough money to literally buy everything in the game. You start with like $9,999, and you can just buy every single thing. And
Jesus,
it's awesome. But I'm hoping we gotta go flip. We got it. No shot we don't. Okay.
It's down to okay. Down to what? 6 states now? Yeah, 6 states.
Yeah.
I'm worried, non-fun. I'm worried.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fine until it isn't. So
Donald Trump said he's gonna go on Joe Rogan.
Well, that doesn't surprise me, but I didn't.
That worries me.
When will she agree to come on our podcast? What the hell? I'm literally a Twitch affiliate, and she won't come on.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna ask her. I just didn't get the chance. I think if I got close enough, I would have been shot. Yeah, it was weird. It was unironically weird walking around, and bro, everywhere I looked, I could see a man in a suit carrying a gun. I'm like, that's Secret Service. Like, they had every corner covered. It was like.
Did you see the supposed third Trump assassination attempt?
Bro, my mother told me that when I came home, and she was like, Trump tried to get assassinated again, and I look it up, and it's like, the first thing I see is like Tim Pool talking about like, oh, it wasn't an assassination attempt, so I just sent her Tim Pool's screen, because like, if it's a Republican saying it, she'll understand, so I sent her this. Also, it was a Republican. It was another Republican.
Dude, it's but this guy isn't like was like just registered as a Republican.
He was hardcore.
He was literally hanging out with the Hodge twins. He's currently denying that he actually tried to kill him. He didn't even like get into the venue, dude. I remember.
Didn't he just have a loaded gun in his car?
Yeah, no, I remember. Like I was reading about this like I was streaming when it happened, and like someone like linked me an article, and it was like, guy with loaded gun found outside Trump's Coachella event. I was like, this is probably just a retard who was like open carrying, like.
Yeah,
and it turns
like there's
out
usually.
I was right. Okay, I was right. It was just a dumbass open carrying or whatever. I don't, probably illegally. Yeah, I think he's just dumb. Like he's a hardcore conservative. I don't think he was actually trying to assassinate Trump. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe
pretty funny.
A Democrat psyop. You know, it's like a
it's funny because oh my god, I was talking with my friends about this, and we were talking about it, and I was like, isn't it crazy how how the Democrats are causing this to happen is what I hear so much, but like it always seems like it's a Republican. It's like, isn't that interesting? Yeah, I mean, bro, they had me jacking off in the group chat, just asking questions, okay? Isn't that interesting? Isn't it interesting that it's always a Republican? Isn't that weird?
Wild.
If there's an electoral college tied on, I do think I just kill myself. In Minecraft. Sorry, in Minecraft. Because that would be just horrible.
Yeah. I think I contemplated put out a funny Twitter poll. It was like if Kamala Harris wins the national popular vote, and then Kamala wins the national popular vote, but loses the electoral college by 5 to 10 votes. Somehow faithless electors flip the result and grant Kamala the presidency come certification in January. Jesus fucking Christ, I can't speak. Realistically, how bad would civil unrest be? Do you think it would be small protests like BLM level? Or small militant actions, or actual
I think small.
I
it would be small militant actions, if not actual civil war.
I put 2020 level protest. Here's the. I just don't think Americans actually care that much. I just don't think like at the end of the day, Americans have Netflix and Cheetos. Okay, half this country doesn't even vote, so like half the country probably doesn't even care that much, and then like the 25% that are going to be super upset, because I'm pretty sure most like Kamala supporters are going to be like, well, she won the national popular vote. You know, we have these faithless elector laws for a reason. Like this is like, you know, it's like fine or whatever. I feel like they're not going to be upset. So it's going to be like 25% of the country maybe is going to be upset. I just don't think that they're going to have an appetite to protest for that long. I think
imagine the next time there's like a bill that like Ted Cruz doesn't like. Like, do you think he's really gonna be like, well, I'll accept it because you're president if this is the way she became president?
Well, no, but but that's what. Don't worry, Ted Cruz will lose. Okay, Ted Cruz will lose definitely.
It's looking pretty close. Yeah,
it is. Listen, we will have blue Texas by 2032. It will happen. It will happen. It will happen. Because of all the imported Democrat voters. So.
It's still 53 to 47 on fun.
It'll happen. It'll happen. Listen,
it's so
personally,
close,
I'm sending in 10 fraudulent mail-in ballots in Texas, and I would encourage you.
Yes, Texas. That's where the real battleground is.
Yeah, that's why. Why else would they be importing?
That would be like doing mail-in fraud in like Illinois or like California for like Democrats. Like, really? Are you really pushing the needle there?
Yeah, another thing with the Trump assassination, he was campaigning in California. What the fuck? Like, what?
Yeah,
what
that was weird as fuck. Did you see the Coachella? Did you see the Coachella thing?
Well, he held it at like the Coachella, whatever the fuck, right?
Did you see that? Like he left people in the desert. And like he bust them out there, but he didn't like set up any transportation on the way back. So people in the pitch black of the night in the desert just had to walk back to their cars.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah. I wonder if a single Republican's mind was changed that night. Because like walking for 3 hours, you got to be having a life-changing experience about how you got there.
Oh yeah. But I don't know what he's doing. I do think, unironically, Kamala Harris probably like should go to Texas now. Unironically, I think he should do that. I think she should be more aggressive. But
listen, there's only like 6 states at this point that we really need.
True.
I can't have her taking a day. Okay, to go to Texas.
Well, here, I don't know. There's definitely a stronger. I think there was a stronger case for doing it early on, but I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if she should do
There
it.
was there would have been a chance early if she actually did early on.
Well, it's not even like a chance of her winning. It's A, it might make the Senate race closer at least, and then B, like it's just like this is a big issue in North Carolina right now.
Seeds the ground.
Yeah,
Seeds
A,
the seeds.
like it shows you're going on the offense, right? And B, like in North Carolina, which used to be like a safe state for Republicans, right? Republicans like weren't spending that much money in North Carolina, but now, well, pre Mark Robinson, now now they have to spend money defending North Carolina when previously that money could have just been used to like converting swing states, right? So I think that
At least I know that North Carolina will become blue because maybe not federally, okay, maybe not in the national election, but there's no way in hell Mark Robinson wins. So I can at least sleep at night knowing the governor will be Democrat.
It'd be so funny. It'd be so funny. It'd be so funny. I mean, not like. I mean, it'd be funny for
election. I don't know if that would be.
It'd be funny for people who don't live here. For us, I don't know if it'd be as funny, but it would be. It would be. But there's no argument for not having a Democratic governor, okay? Because we have like a fucking super majority Republican legislative, okay? So you know what? Even though Republicans are only like 51% of North Carolina, 52%, they have like way more people in the in like the state house and senate, I think. So we gotta get our fucking Democratic governor, okay? I don't care how many illegal aliens it takes.
Whoa.
I don't care how many mail-in ballots I have to fill out. The fraud's gonna be so big that you guys shouldn't even bother voting.
I love doing that. I was like, if you think it's like so just fraudulent, like just don't vote. Like, come on, just don't vote.
It's gonna be fraudulent anyway. Like, just don't do it.
Try to find that one graph. There's a graph that's like with the chances of winning with what percent of the popular vote, and it's like even with Harris having like 4% of the popular vote, it's like not the same win chance if Donald Trump had like 2%.
I know, it's dumb. Yep. Yeah.
It's that DEI electoral college.
Oh, yeah. I don't. It's so bad. I don't know. Hopefully, how many? Do you know about the? I forget what it's called. National Popular Vote Interstate Compact, I think it's called.
Nope.
It's just it's an agreement that a lot of states have signed on to already, where it's like, once enough states to reach this 270 vote threshold to win the electoral college. Once enough states sign on to reach that threshold, each state is just going to allocate its electoral votes to whoever wins the popular vote. That way, whoever wins the popular vote just automatically wins the electoral college. That, I don't know. I'm pretty sure North Carolina actually has like a bill pending. I doubt Republicans would ever vote for it, but
so it would literally just make it popular vote.
Yeah.
States that have adopted it: Illinois, Minnesota, California, Oregon, Washington, Colorado, New Mexico, New York, Maine, Vermont. So it's interesting how like all the states that are accepting it seem pretty blue. I wonder why that is.
Yeah, no, I wonder.
Oh my god, did you see, was it JD Vance who said you should have a vote by like how many children you have?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Isn't that interesting? Wouldn't you love that? You would have Nick Cannon being the most powerful man in the election.
You know, I didn't yeah, I would. Yeah, that'd be so awesome, dude. Yeah, it's. You know what scares me about JD Vance? Okay, clearly, he he says all these like odd things about women, okay, and about childless cat ladies, right? He says all these like odd, weird things, but then he's able to like get up on a debate stage and like not talk about trans people and like not go off on like unhinged weird rants like Trump does or whatever.
Yeah.
Clearly, like, it scares me. Okay, he's evil, but like he's actually disciplined. Like you can actually
you can't bait him as easily as you can bait
I know,
Trump.
yeah, you can't bait him. Like he clearly like knows that like some things are not gonna play well to American people, so like he doesn't mention them like on the national stage. Like
he does have one weakness though.
What?
He is under Trump, and there's ways to get him from that. We saw Tim
true.
Walz hit it perfectly. Can you admit that Donald Trump lost the election? So yeah,
dude, you know what's funny? He won't answer that question on podcast, but like, pretty soon after the debate, he had he was like just stopped at like at like an airport or something by a reporter, and she was like, "Oh, you didn't answer this question last night. Did Donald Trump lose the election?" And he just said, "Nope." It's like, okay, so clearly you're willing to answer it sometimes, but like whenever you go on a podcast, you have to deflect and bring up fucking Hunter Biden laptop for the millionth time. Like, okay, dude.
Oh my god, yeah. Whenever he said, wasn't it that he said that was like Hunter Biden laptop could have changed the election if it wasn't censored?
Dude, it was censored for one fucking day, man. For literally less than 2 days, okay? And Steve Bannon himself, literally said, yeah, it's the best thing that could have happened because there's the whatever Streisand effect where everyone found out about it because it was fucking censored. And it was just like links to it that were censored, okay? You could still talk about it. You just like couldn't link to it for a day because it had like all the hallmarks of like Russian misinformation, okay? So like, yeah. But, whatever. Yeah.
You seem to be crashing out on fun in real time.
I am. Thank God for those mail-in ballots, brother.
Yeah, all 20 of them you're sending to Texas.
Hell yeah.
I think it is time for me to head out so you can go back to whatever you were doing before this.
Yeah, reading shit. I don't know. I need to figure out a position for the second one.
Oh, what's the second one?
Well, the second one is the one we were talking about earlier, the military one.
Oh, what's the first one then?
The first one is do the new job numbers or represent a strong economic recovery.
Oh, and you got that one on that. Hey, bro, them rolling a econ answer for you is goated.
I know you do. This is I don't know if Dan Abo does it intentionally. It wouldn't surprise me if he did, but like literally, like, yeah, having does the latest job report indicate a strong economic recovery? Like, man, thank God I got this one. This one A, I'm already prepared for, and B, I have to like.
You're gonna be locked in. It's all fun and games until like people just speak over you and they just don't know about the economy, and you just have to sit there as they speak over you, knowing that.
Did you see my talk with Econoboy yesterday?
A little bit, yeah. I was there for a little bit.
Yeah, I asked him about it because I was like, do you have any experience like debating people who like just don't accept like BLS numbers?
I remember you saying that, yeah.
It was just like, yeah, that's par for the course. Like that's just kind of what they do. Like,
yeah. Well, how do you like fight that in the moment if someone just doesn't want to accept any data you give them?
Well, usually there's basically three things I expect them to say. It's going to be all the jobs are going to immigrants. It's going to be, but the job numbers were revised down, and it's going to be, or they're going to resort to like other things, and they're going to say everyone's paycheck to paycheck, everyone's in a ton of debt. They're going to say those. Those are the three things I expect. I mean, the first one, the immigration one, it's just like not true. Like the prime age. So the U.S. born population, working population, is shrinking. One, because of birth rates. They have been stagnant for a while, right? So obviously the population is going to decrease. And two, a shit ton of boomers retired early during COVID. So the working population in the United States decreased. So that's probably why. Meanwhile, the foreign-born population, working age population, increased.
So the way to account for this, there's basically two ways. One, you use what's called the prime age population employment ratio, which is only for people aged 25 to 54. So people who aren't in school anymore and people who haven't retired. That is like that is at 80.9% right now. That is higher than any point since the 1990s. That is really high. That is near full employment level of high. Okay. And you can look at the same thing for foreign-born workers, to prime age employment for foreign-born workers, and that is only like 70-something%. It's lower than it is for native-born workers. So, and the gap has actually increased. So the native-born workers clearly are like still ahead, right? These immigrants are not like, not all the job gains have gone to immigrants, right? It's just that arguably it is a really good thing that when boomers retired, immigrants were able to come in here and pick up the slack, right? Like that is something that really helped our economy. Yeah.
I mean, it's often in games till you hit those numbers are fake and they just don't believe in empirical anything.
Well, yeah, but this is like a reason they'll say like that it's fake or whatever. But yeah, they're probably just gonna still say it's fake. What's up? Welcome to stream.
Biden really inflated those numbers. He really just wanted it to look good.
Yeah, I know. So here's part of the response to that is that the Bureau of Labor Statistics was created when there were disputes between labor unions and employers, right? Because unions were really mad that they didn't think that wages were keeping up with inflation, whereas the management did, right? So the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the compromise here was, okay, we'll create an agency, but it's going to be independent, okay? It's not going to be a pro-worker agency. It's just going to be an agency to collect statistics. It's going to be independent. This organization was literally created to be independent, politically neutral. And so far, it seems like it has succeeded in that goal. There are basically, I forget all the details of the first time. There are basically 2 times where it tried to be politicized. At one point, Southern Democrats were really mad that that the BLS found that child labor was like really bad in the South, whereas it wasn't as bad in the North. And basically, yeah, there were a few like congressional hearings or whatever. They tried to get rid of the head of the BLS, and the BLS guy with the head of the BLS at the time was mega based. Okay, he wanted to retire, but he was like, no, I have to see this out. I have to make sure the BLS remains an unpoliticized agency. He stuck it out. They were never able to prove any bias or anything. And then, like, after the investigations were closed, he resigned like a week later because he always wanted to leave. That guy's mega based. And there was another time, an even funnier time, where Nixon did not like the unemployment numbers, so he told them to remove all the Jews from the BLS.
Whoa. Whoa. I did not see that part coming.
But like, it's just and like the methodology. First of all, the methodology for CPI, which is tracked by the BLS, is like so transparent. Like, it is probably the most transparent out of any country, like ever. Like, you can go to their website. They tell you all the weights. They tell you all the data. You can compile it for yourself. It is unbelievably transparent. It would be so hard to fake it. And it's not even like it's not even the like we have numbers from other agencies. So like if you don't believe, okay, let's say you don't believe the government, the BLS job numbers, okay? Guess what? We have computers now, okay? There's like a private company that tracks this as well. And they show, it's not as strong, but they show like similarly strong job numbers. It's like 143,000 private sector jobs added in September 2024. So like, yeah.
You better be locked in on Sunday, okay?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
But also, okay.
Like I'm debating whether or not to ask this question. My question would be like, you know, this is the data that like the central bank uses to make decisions, right? It's like if the job market is doing well, they may cut rates, right? Because or they may not cut rates. Sorry. You know, or if the job market they feel like is doing poorly, they may cut rates to help with the job market. Like, do we think that if the U.S. would really have the best economy in the world, like by far, like world superpower economy, if the Federal Reserve was using fake data? Like, really? Like, is this that plausible? Like, I don't know. But, like, I don't know where they would go with that. I don't know if that would lead anywhere. But, like, it's just not plausible to me that, like, if all this data was super misleading, that we would have the best economy in the world.
Yeah.
Or, like, the biggest economy in the world. Best is debatable, whatever. But
yeah, that was something that was nice to see. I was like, I was with, like I said, there was that dude next to me, and we were talking about it, and I was like, it's crazy how like Democrats are like switched, because like we were chanting. There was a lot of times where people were chanting USA, USA. I was like, did you think like 2 elections ago you would hear USA at like a Democratic rally?
Yeah.
Like that just seems crazy to me. And it's like, I like it. Okay, anytime the Republicans get like butthurt and they like attack someone for their military like credentials, it's like Democrats are like, okay, we'll just take that part of it. Okay. Nah, I've seen a lot of reports that are. I would personally love to see it, but it's like if Donald Trump loses the election, be prepared in the next like days to follow to see like a lot of Republicans just come out against him.
maybe. Well, yeah. I don't know.
Because you can't right now. It's literally it's political suicide. That's how you become a rhino.
I don't expect Trump to concede immediately.
Oh yeah, no.
He didn't concede immediately last time. You know, he tried everything he
Still
possibly
hasn't.
could for
Yeah,
last
still hasn't. Yeah, today.
So I don't expect Trump to concede. I expect there to be even more bullshit affidavits about like ballot worker X says that there's massive voter fraud in one county, and then we check the security footage and it's like this has no basis to it at all. You're just dumb.
Yeah.
I expect there to I expect that there's going to be like some diehard like MAGA people like in state positions that are going to be like, should we certify the results of the vote? I don't know. Should we? Yeah. I don't know. I don't expect. I don't expect it to go well. So I would love that reality, but also like I'm not convinced that like after Trump, like the person who comes next is just going to be like the most Trump-like dude. Like it's just gonna be.
I gotta hope not. I gotta hope.
It's like it'll just be like Trump's
It's gonna
like
be Vivek,
Trump's son,
yeah.
or it's gonna be Vivek, or it's just yeah. I don't know if it'll be anyone who ever like actually stood up against Trump, but
It should be Pence. I'm calling it now. Okay, Pence should run on the idea of saving America, but he can't because he would get taken out.
Well, Pence doesn't. Well, are you saying Pence should run in the Republican Party afterwards? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but he would never succeed on running on the idea of hitting Trump.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
That's what happened with what's his
did not have the courage. So
who's the one from Florida? Fuck, Ron DeSantis.
Yeah,
he
Ron
ran so
DeSantis.
heavily on campaigning against Trump that he made the Republican Party not like him.
Yeah, dude, he blamed. It was over for him as soon as he blamed Trump for inflation. Okay, he said Trump did deficit spending, and that set the stage for inflation. Okay, after that, it was over for him. There's no coming back. No coming back. Joe
How
Biden
dare he
is
say an
responsible.
economic fact?
Joe Biden's responsible for all inflation ever. It was all him. He himself printed all the money. Okay.
Went to the printer.
Yeah, he went to. Yeah, it was Joe Biden who, didn't like what Jerome Powell was doing. He really didn't like Jerome Powell wasn't printing enough money, and then, said, yeah, I have the right to remove Jerome Powell. And said, oh, if he resigned, I wouldn't stop him. And like he said, oh, other countries have lower rates. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that's Donald Trump that said all that. Oh, that's great. Oh, Donald Trump blasted Jerome Powell like so many times about the 2018 rate hikes.
Yeah,
oh,
I liked when he tweeted about the rate hikes to try to change them.
Yeah,
it went to
dude,
Twitter.
What's funny, I didn't realize I tried to make a TikTok edit of it before, I need to get back at it because CNN reporter asked Jerome Powell at like a rate at a press conference where they announced that they were cutting rates. He was like, "Hey, so why do you think the independence of the Federal Reserve is important?" And I try to make that more TikTok brain with like an overlay and like TikTok music in the background, and like I spliced in a few things of like Trump like getting super mad at Jerome Powell. Dude, he literally, Donald Trump said that he wanted Powell to lower rates so that he could finance our debt more easily. This is literally him asking for Jerome Powell to fucking print money so that the government can spend more money. Like this is him asking for inflation. That's what that's what effectively that is, kind of. That's what Republicans think inflation is, but
yeah, printing more money.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, Republicans don't even get it. They don't even. There's like
crashing out a little early today.
It's dumb. I don't know. Because there's like competing theories of like inflation and like people. I don't think Republicans don't actually understand the difference between just like the quantitative theory of inflation and the fiscal theory of inflation. They think like the quantitative theory of inflation is like mostly like monetary stuff. So it's like, oh, if we print more money, there's just going to be more inflation by nature of there being more money. And then there's like a fiscal theory of inflation, which is like, well, the government is spending money. At some point, the Fed is going to have to finance that. And essentially, the government is the primary agent responsible for inflation. And in the Federal Reserve, the monetary aspect is just like its supporting component, right? That's just a mechanism through which it like works. But Republicans just think both of these are the same. Like, they don't actually, like, there's debate over this, like Wikipedia quantity theory of money, Wikipedia fiscal theory of money. They don't understand the difference between these two things, and yeah.
You're ghosting someone in your chat. He said hi twice now. Are you gonna say hi back?
I said hi to him back the first time.
Then why did he say it again?
I don't know. I said hi, welcome to the stream, and he saying it again. Welcome to the stream again.
Just a welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know, but I need
How's Bernard doing?
I mean, he's banned on Twitch. I don't know if his new account got banned yet. If Menard can get 1,000 subscribers, I can get 1,000 subscribers, okay? I'm pretty close, guys. I just need 24 more. I'm gonna compare our stats because like all Twitch streamers and YouTubers, this is how I judge my self-worth. Oh, I'm crushing him, dude. 1.3k views. Okay. Most of them are long views. Most of mine are long views. I do have some short views, but
we have we can't even. I was gonna say we need to have a reunion stream, but I forgot Blur just left. You've lost Blur.
I mean, I was banned from Twitch. I mean, I guess we could just stream to YouTube and stuff, but wow, get owned, Manar.
Do you know how he got banned? What did he? I know like he had a lot of reasons to be, but do we know the reason he got banned?
No, we don't, unfortunately. But there's so many reasons that it could have been. That who knows? Bro,
why did I just see? Oh my god! I just looked on your stream and I saw his channel and I just saw a video that was why was Dr. Disrespect banned?
Yeah, you're making it reviews.
You need to react to him more. You can react to banned streamers. You got to react to him more. Okay, it's good content, I think.
I mean, it's just like the opportunity cost is. Paul, and happy birthday! I remember you told me it was October. I'm pretty sure you told me. Yeah, I remember. Because is it also an anniversary or something? But yeah, thanks.
It's free videos. You just get to point out why he's wrong and just.
Yeah, but like the opportunity cost is like reacting to Piers Morgan. And that's always just gonna get more views because I put Piers Morgan in the title and in the description, and it's free money. Well, no money.
He's been driving me crazy recently.
My chat is hating George Floyd right now, who appears Morgan.
What?
Piers
Wait,
Morgan
what?
from
No,
Biden
rewind.
Crazy.
No, rewind. The first thing you said.
What? My chat is hating on George Floyd
Yeah,
right now.
what the fuck?
No, he just said he didn't like that he shares a birthday with George Floyd.
Oh, okay then. Non-fun, you're really growing a community. You're non-fun. It's what?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know.
They're just like you, non-fun. They're just like. After what your community nickname is, yeah, I understand.
That's not intentional. Okay.
I understand how it's being fostered.
I don't even own the domain. Okay, so you
For
can't...
good reason. Why don't we not do that? We shouldn't.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. Don't think I'm gonna.
Don't think you're gonna?
I mean, it'd be funny. You know, it'd be like. I don't think it would.
Oh yeah, I did. Jesus Christ! I did just read the fuck that guy. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I don't like him.
We hating on George Floyd now?
I guess I don't know. Republicans are still doing that.
Republicans still think that he died from the fentanyl. That's even crazy.
Yeah.
God forbid the multiple expert testimonies they had that all said the same thing.
Yeah, well, it's like crazy that like they, like what, like you know that was his defense in court, right? Like the defense argued that the fentanyl was responsible for his death, and they lost. Like a jury of his peers determined the fentanyl did not it caused his death. Even the thing that they quote, they like they have like the whatever like toxic. So okay, the two things they like to circle is like the whatever like I think there's one thing that says lethal dose and fentanyl, and another thing that says no life threatening injuries. It's like, well, both of these can easily like be explained because like if you have a higher tolerance for drugs, like you're not gonna
you can go almost up to 20 times higher on morphine if you're addicted to it. Yes. Yeah.
And then like the no lethal injuries, because neck compression is not a lethal injury. Like if his neck had stopped being compressed, like he wouldn't have died. Like that's the whole that's the whole point.
And he testified to it is like people who overdose from fentanyl usually die from lack of respiratory drive, but the entire time he was like saying that he can't breathe. Like he was showing no signs of like lack of respiratory
it's
drive.
like literally the guy who wrote that report like testified saying, I stand by my conclusion that this is like homicide caused by neck compression or whatever. It's like what? Like what are you? I don't know, insane conspiracy theory posting that they do every year on the anniversary of his death. It's wild. My family gone now? That's unfortunate.
So non-fun, what's next non-fun for you? Okay, after this election cycle ends, okay, what are we gonna see from non-fun?
The same stuff. I don't even follow the election like that closely. Like I barely watch Kamala Harris like interviews because they're just like not that interesting. Like I don't know.
I'm just saying, are there any like big like do you have any big like growth plans? Like what are we gonna see non-fun? What are we gonna see, or is it just gonna be the same stuff?
I'd be mostly the same stuff. I don't know. I imagine they'll do more like general debates with people, like rather than debating Kamala versus Trump. It's just going to be debating like libertarianism in general versus like conservatism in general versus more new liberal social democrat style stuff. So instead of focused on two individual people, it's just like is welfare good in general, or is taxing, what taxation policies do best?
Jesus Christ!
What?
Have genocide.
Look at the link.
To Sharia.
What?
If you
Yeah,
want
I'm
to
watching
consider
it.
a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws.
Dude, watch. He's gonna get banned from fucking Twitch for
isn't
this.
that just
are getting genocided.
call me crazy, okay, but that seems so crazy.
Yeah,
to just say.
Twitch should probably, dude. Twitch is gonna ban him for that, and they're still not gonna ban Hassan. But yeah, that's kind of wild.
Yeah, he should also be, but Jesus. I think he needs to be PR trained. I think we gotta. I think someone's gotta get to him. Oh my, because
He doesn't
Jesus.
I mean, I don't know. He has enough money to not be PR, even if his dude. He makes so
Bro,
much
it's
money.
just.
It doesn't
There's such
matter.
a better way. I understand kind of what he's trying to say. He's trying to get behind the idea of like how kills as many people as they can, and like Israel kills like as few as they can. I think is what he's trying to say. The way he's saying it though is just horrible. To say like, well, genocide's built into Sharia law, so every single person in the
every
Middle East is
single-
horrible because they all must follow Sharia law. It's like you might. If only there was like a word for like generalizing a group of people in like a derogatory way. I can't remember what it was. But
Yeah, I
Jesus.
wonder.
Alright, I'm gonna head out. Have fun with your reading. If we lose the election, I'm going to Canada.
Ah, okay. Yeah, valid. He's my favorite American. Who? Asmund Gold. Where was I? Okay. I don't need that right now. Oh, I want to do some of the immigration stuff. I think it's like this shit. Guys, why is he your favorite American? Don't even know what that means, but it sounds fancy. Don't know what that means. I want to be able to embed tweets but have them be small, but usually when there's no I don't know if I can make them any smaller. How do I get rid of it? Welcome back. I don't know how to pronounce it. Elani who? Something like that? I don't know. Who cares? Good enough. You know who I'm referring to. Close enough. Yeah, exactly. How are you? I'm good right now. I mean, most of these say the exact same thing. I just had them all bookmarked because they're all. I have that already. Okay, so let's add, like, we reached pretty close to full employment. But the fucking Krugman tweet go, bro. Immigrant student steal jobs. They just made up for millions of boomers who left the labor market. Poland, we can shoot. Yeah, I know. I saw you that. Trying to break international law by attempting to enter a country from a non-Schengen country without about documentation by aggressively. That's not. I mean, I don't think that's breaking international law. I'm pretty sure international law says that you have to accept asylums. I don't know. I think shooting immigrants trying to, claim asylum is pretty fucking insane. But I don't know. Immigration just seems to be pretty good in general. So like. It is? What, asylum? Are you saying it is breaking international law, or are you saying it isn't? I don't know. What international law would it be breaking? It's illegal to enter a country like that? If you're trying to claim asylum, I'm pretty sure the 1967 Convention on the Rights of Refugees or whatever says that you have to accept some level of refugees and whatever. It's breaking international law. I'm pretty sure that's not true. But that also still doesn't mean you should be shooting them, but this is evidenced by the high rate of prime-age employment, low unemployment, high, what was the thing you mentioned? The consumer confidence, and the fact that Foreign-born workers. Worker wages fell relative to native-born. We're watching a recent, I have no clue what it is, about up on soda. About how this is breaking international law by breaking into a country. I wouldn't trust her. I don't know who she is, but I'm just gonna, if you can actually link a source and not just say I heard it from this person, then I can check it out. But you have to grant asylum to people. But no, why would I know who this girl is? I'm done with that, but... Or guy. I thought it was Tyler. This does not look like this guy adheres to journalistic practices. What? I don't know if I would trust him over the other reading I've done, but okay. Don't need that right now. Already have that. I guess I'll just include this chart. This is literally the same chart, isn't it? Basically, yeah. And I don't need that right now. Okay, wild. Why is this inside that?
And the idea that they'll kill you if you try to illegally enter through the border.
Но я считаю, по международному праву все страны защищают
Oh.
свою территорию.
What? This isn't even. This is unbelievably no offense, but this is a guy who is not even a journalist or anything interviewing a random woman under the street, and her actual point here is retarded. Yes, a state's right to self-defense is triggered by Article 51 of the UN Charter, which is based on an armed attack. This is not an armed attack.
Но это на законодательном уровне. Никто из хозяев.
He is a journalist. This is a fucking YouTuber, dude. This guy's not a journalist.
Если есть граница существует, должны соблюдаться, законные вот эти данные. Поэтому, если ты нелегально пересечешь, ты.
This is Kensington, Philadelphia.
It is? No. What? They threw rocks at us? Oh, you're saying it is an armed attack. No, this would not fall under armed attack under international law. No. Now, you can still, if they are actually attacking you or whatever, like throwing rocks or whatever, it could still count as a, policing activity, which you would have a right to, stop. But that's not an armed attack. I forget. I can... I can pull up the definition of armed attack. I have it somewhere. But no, this would not. It's not by an armed force. It would have to be by an armed force. That can include like non-state actors, but it does not include. That does not include just immigrants coming, going through the border, and then maybe fucking attacking you or whatever. But I don't know what to title this one. Or hold on, toggle heading 3. Okay, I think we're good on this now. And we're good on this. Picture this. Your home, your country, those are not quite analogous, but okay. Someone tries to force entry to your home. What are you going to do? Welcome them in and make them a drink. You know, if they actually make my life better, like immigrants do, then maybe. They don't? I don't know, like all the empirical evidence just disagrees with you on that one, but it's proven across Europe? I don't think so. I doubt it. Although I don't know much about European immigration as I do American, so. Eurostats will prove this. What's the, considering you were citing a random woman on the street, then like I don't trust not whatever you cite unless you actually link it. But it's made by the EU? Yeah, but I don't trust that you're citing it correctly. I don't trust that you're actually citing the EU stats. I think that you're citing someone who quoted the EU stats probably incorrectly. Just like you weren't actually citing international law. You were citing some random-ass woman who was commenting on international law and she was just wrong. Wait, did I? Yeah, okay. I guess we are now. I don't know. That was what Shannon's talking about.
It's just a Twitter thread. I don't think I need that even. Okay, so this is. I don't even know if we're not gonna be able to fucking read that. We'll go back to that later. I definitely have it in a different thing, so I think I'm good. But let me just. Let's put it in React today, so I don't lose it. Okay, this is just a general thing. So here's what we'll do. We'll make another thing. Flash toggle heading 2. Just say economy good. And we'll put these two there. And this one. And make some more with these two at least. The bottom and lowest migrant number. What is this? Unemployment rate. Oh, well, this could be because that adds to because of the population effects. I don't know. Is this even? I have no clue if that's even true that does Spain accept more immigrants than other places? I wouldn't expect migrants to have super large effects on unemployment relative to like other effects they might have on whatever social cohesion or on welfare spending or on other things. Does Finland really accept like the third most amount of migrants in the EU? Well, they don't work at all? I don't believe that, but they probably have a higher. I know they have a higher unemployment rate than other countries. So France, okay, Spain is second, but Finland is not even top 4. Where's Italy? Italy's way down here, but they live off our taxes. Yeah, but I know that I don't know about Europe for sure. I just know that I know in the US that's not true, but you know what I mean with Finland woman from some Arab country said there's too many French people here. Oh, well, the meme said it, bro. Application for Venezuela relying on Spain. This is, I need just a. So Germany's the most, Spain's the second most, Italy, Finland isn't even on here. And Germany, where's Germany? Germany's the most, yet Germany is way down here. So, not going to put too much credence in that, but okay. Oh, what's up? What do you think of people in Europe who want to make who want to take less Muslim immigrants for cultural reasons? Like, I don't know. I just don't believe that. At least unless there's a super large and quick amount of immigration, I just don't believe that the like social cohesion effects are going to outweigh the positive economic effects. Like, it's in theory possible. I just really kind of doubt it. Islam is the dumbest of major religions. I'd probably agree with that, but I mean, I'm pretty sure. I noticed evidence for this in the U.S. that like once they come here, they tend to moderate. Like, listen, I'm a shill for Western values. Okay, so like, obviously you should limit it, and B, you should try to have them assimilate, because we don't want, if truly extreme, Islamic people, Muslims come over, and then they, vote so that woman can't vote anymore. Well, that's obviously pretty bad. We don't want that to happen. So, Muslims come in and they don't respect our country's laws and standards. They push their Sharia ideological views, and that's true. I like it better when they're yellow. Red makes me... I don't like red. Do I already have notes in this? I feel like I know I've already read it, and I know I already know it. I don't actually remember if I took notes in it. Oh, what? No, why? What the fuck did I just do? What? No, no, shut up. No, no, just, oh my god. I wrote the script. I don't think I took notes in it. I think I just... read it and cited it for a bit of the script, so... There's that. It should also be yellow. I guess maybe I'll just like make this what's labor market. I don't know if this. I don't know where to put this one though. Can we still trust the unemployment rate? Because this is about like fake numbers. But it just says Congress should invest in a fucking online thing. I guess we'll keep that there for now. Oh wait, why the fuck did I? This is actually, so this article was interesting because it goes into how, you know, the stuff was calculated with like the current population survey and stuff. Interestingly, the implication is that we're actually probably underestimating employment. The CPS data, not the BLS data, because the BLS data is based on surveys. So, which I think is current population survey. That's what it stands for. Yeah, probably underestimating employment because of the way the weights work. Because of the way the weights work with population sizes. BLS uses previously determined measures of the size of the population in combination with data from CPS to produce aggregate statistics. They account for expected changes in populations, but not unexpected ones like the surge in migration. This leads to an underestimate This leads them to underestimate population growth by about 3.1 million. If population control data is too low because it doesn't account for an unexpected surge in migration, applying survey data that shows an increased share of the population can imply that the native-born population shrunk when that is not the case. So you can see if the size of the population, if they underestimate the population, if they estimate the population size to be too low, and they have data that says, you know, oh wait, how does this work? This is implied US foreign population. Fuck, I forget the exact... I didn't write it down good enough. Imagine that the predetermined population controls accurately show the size of the population was 100 in year 1. Then in year 2, the population rose to 102. But the true size of the population in year 2 was 104 because of the unexpected migration. With the too low population control from the population controls and the accurate shares of the U.S. born from survey evidence, the U.S. born population is estimated to have shrunk by 0.4, and the foreign born population estimated to have shrunk. Okay, yeah, no, okay, that's what it means. Obviously, yeah. Okay. When the U.S. born, when the foreign born population is increasing, the share of native-born citizens decreases because there's more foreign-born people, but that doesn't necessarily translate into, obviously, the actual number of the people of the U.S.-born people decreasing. It's just that, you know, as immigrants have come in, they've taken up a greater share. But if their population estimate is too low, it leads to, yeah, the lower unemployment. So here, let me put this up here too. The CPS is like used by the well, yeah, clearly. Yeah, this is like negative. We must do a dialectical materialist analysis. And then there's also that thing we read, which I put somewhere. Labor market impact of deportations, which is just empirical data. An immigration enforcement policy called Secure Communities, which led to increased deportations, was implemented in similar counties at different times, so economists can compare the labor market effects of deportations. Deportations were associated with declining employment rates for native-born citizens. One estimates finds that when 500,000 immigrants are removed from the labor market because of enforcement, this reduces the number of U.S.-born people working by 44,000. The economy is not a zero-sum game. This is lump of labor stuff. Unauthorized immigrants are much likely to work in like childcare or like construction. They're much likely to take caregiving jobs, which allow parents to enter the labor force. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, if you deport a bunch of workers, companies gonna have to decrease production. You know, also, they're probably a net fiscal benefit. Most of them probably are a little bit controversial. It's a little bit controversial just because sometimes immigrants who don't have a high school degree are a net fiscal drain. Now, there's indirect benefits, so their added labor supply can allow businesses to expand, which, you know, the government can then raise revenue from that business expansion. So that could actually make up for the fiscal drain. And then B, if they have children, those children are going to go to U.S. schools, and they're probably going to be productive U.S. taxpayers in the future. So, you know, they could end up making up for that initial drain. Yeah. Anyway. I don't know where to put this one. It's just a deflation thing. I don't know. These can just fuck off down here for a little bit. Okay, but I think we're good on this. We just need to read all these things. Alright, if the weather is nice, I will go on a walk instead of reading these, and I'll come back and read them later. Ooh. It is nice. It's a beautiful day outside, and I ain't gonna waste it sitting in front of a computer, because I would never do that. Alright, how many do I even have? I have 2 viewers. I want to do one more of these. I love these. I love these. I love them so much. Practice. Watch this. There's only like a few combinations that are above like 10 guesses. Fuck. Okay, wait. Tanzania. Okay. I'm doing a lot. I'm going to do an extra challenge for myself. I'm not even gonna do just the countries I know. I'm gonna do it in order. And I'm still gonna get it. I'm still gonna get it. Okay, wait, Nepal. Okay, wait. So Syria, Iraq, Iran. Pakistan, India? I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's the fastest way. Yeah. Thought I'm worried about the campaign? You mean what, Kamala's campaign? Oh wait, fuck. Libya and Chad. I don't need fucking Algeria. Oops.
Okay, wait. So I need Malaysia. Who's behind the campaign? Why doesn't it seem like she actually wants to win the presidency? What do you mean? I think she's been doing what she can to win. I don't know who's behind it or anything, but like I don't know. It seems like she's been doing more interviews recently. She's been doing, like, she did the CNN town hall. She's doing more podcasts and shit. She's campaigning pretty aggressively. From what I've seen, at least, seems like she's doing a decent number of rallies. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, like, obviously she's made, like, controversial decisions about, like, you know, getting endorsements from people and stuff, but all right. She goes on to talk to a podcast. True. Did you guys see the new? You guys see the new Talk to a podcast, guys? It's awesome. With JoJo Siwa, that one's awesome. Did you guys know? Talk to us, not or talk to-ing is not just for straight people. Gay people do it too. It's awesome. It's awesome. Pure cinema. Pure cinema. Pure cinema. I can't wait. Tomorrow we get a new Talk To episode every Tuesday. The views are... Oh wait, did this one actually get more views than the last one? It did, because it has Joe to see who's more popular. She broke the cycle. Okay, we'll see if it lasts. We'll see if it lasts. She actually increased views from her last one. It's not just a steady downward trend. Have you actually been watching them? I've seen all of them except for this one. I've seen all of them except the fourth one. They're awesome, dude. They're so great.
It's $1 into 1,000. Nuh-uh. Okay, watch. You ready? What are you doing? I'm making a...
Grandma... Feels weird, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. I don't know where they talk about it, but...
And, yeah, fuck me. I'm
also, they're not... These microphones are just... They bought $400 microphones for show. And, like, this is a $400 microphone. This is a $50 XLR cable. I don't think they're using them.
Balance, baby. There it is. Those three I
One...
did not right. But then...
It sounds horrible. It sounds way too echoey. It sounds way too echoey for a Shure SM7B.
Are coming
B, they move around a lot, but the audio doesn't change that much.
I'm a writer on mostly all of them.
So what is your guilty pleasure?
They're barely even speaking into
Guilty
them.
pleasure? Probably my sweet girlfriend.
So had that come to be an item, I was getting to that. Look, you gave me a perfect area to like swallow.
Please ask Oki. Just over 2 months. Just over 2 months. Pookie.
Like, she shouldn't...
We call him Pookie. How long have you and Pookie been together?
Like, if I talk like this, does it not sound different? Like, it should... you know, there's like... You know, there's proximity effect to it, Shure SM7B, so, you know, if I talk really close into it, I sound a little different than if I... You know, if I talk far away, there's a proximity effect. I don't think they... Not really? Okay. I don't...
I'm looking at you for an answer.
They've been a situation for a long time.
Yeah.
Like a year, maybe. Right?
How long?
Like a year?
I don't... Maybe I'm just conspiracy brain, but... They're not... I don't think they're using it. I don't think they're using it. Well, yeah, here... I don't know.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, it goes out in like a cone shape. So, like, I mean... You can talk to the side and it'll be fine. It'll just be less sibilant, right? Because the low the low frequencies go in a cone shape, and the high frequencies beam. They beam straight out, and the low frequencies go into cone shape. So if I have it like this, my voice should be a little bit like lower because the low frequencies are reaching it, but the high frequencies are just going. That's my understanding. But there should still be.
I've been thinking about that in the back of your head.
What?
I don't know.
One.
It does not sound like they're using it under me. I think they're just for show. That's my talk to a conspiracy theory for you guys. Anyways. Well, I'm done for today. I gotta. Well, actually, I'm probably not done. I'll probably come back later. But I want to go. It's a nice day outside. Okay, so headed over to. I think I'm the only viewer rating. Go to Soundsel. Maybe editor's amplifying voice. I don't think it would sound. I don't think it would sound like that. Like it's too. It just doesn't sound. It just doesn't. I think they're just using overhead microphones. I think they're using like a shotgun mic or something. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Can you guys go to Twitch so I don't rate Soundsel with one viewer and to feel embarrassed? Chat, you guys ain't helping. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Chat, you got 25 seconds. Chat. You don't have to raid, dude? I mean, I don't have to. But, I don't know. I like to. Bro, why don't you join the raid, Lacuna? What the hell? Okay, well, let me cancel the raid then. Although, it might actually still do it. Last time I fucking... Dude. Twitch raids are broken sometimes.
We'll give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency.
Yeah, Asmongold. People are mad at Asmongold for fucking being racist. A man can't even be racist anymore. You're still coming. Thank you, Golden Snakey. So is that just a dude with depression and people idolize him? Is he actually bad depression? I don't know. Does he have bad depression? I don't know. I mean, like, if I saw his room and not knowing who he was, I would guess he has bad depression, so maybe. But I don't know. I guess here, I don't know, like, what if he just is that lazy? And there's no more. What'd he do? He just said, like, oh, it's okay if Palestinians are genocided because their entire culture is genocide. That's what he said, basically. He was just, like, stereotyping all Sharia law as being, like, pro-genocide. Or, no, he was stereotyping... Well, he was doing that too, but he was stereotyping, like, all of the Middle East as being, like, pro-genocide because they all apparently follow Sharia law. You know, Sharia law just means... Doesn't Sharia law literally just mean Islamic law? I don't think it has to. It doesn't, like... I don't know. It's dumb. I'm sure he'll get banned for it. Actually, I'm not entirely sure because he makes a lot of fucking money for Twitch, so who knows? But I would guess that he would get banned for it. But I won't ban Hassan for supporting the Houthis because that's supporting the right type of. I guess the Houthis aren't doing a genocide, but it sounds right wing. But he's chronically online right winger. Yeah, he doesn't like know a ton about politics, but he is definitely broadly right wing. Okay, well, I gotta go on my walk. He doesn't have subs, and I don't think he runs ads. Well, I mean, either way, he makes a ton of money off of YouTube. But really, does he not have subs or run ads? You can't not run ads. You have to run ads. I don't think I can. I don't think I can turn them off. Otherwise, I would. You can run less ads, but I don't think you can not run ads, period. I know it isn't all subs. I think you can do that, but I don't think you can not run ads. I think you have to run ads. I'm still quite, well, I mean, if you can get there within 56 seconds, then do that, but I don't know. It's not that important or anything. You don't, okay. You're not going to be able to do that in 40 seconds, but. All right, head over. Thanks.